get the timepiece you've been eyeing right away. And this month only, enjoy 0% interest for 5 years on all the top brands. Imagine owning a $15,000 luxury watch for just $250 a month. Spread your payments over 5 years with 0 interest on approved credit. Diamonds Direct, where you can shop direct for diamonds and watches.
Mr. and Mrs. Flavor, thank you for joining us.
Great to be here. I'm Barry. I'm the flavor of Barry.
I'm Janet. I'm bitter.
You wanted to talk about your son. He's the flavor menthol?
Yes, he's the menthol in a menthol cigarette.
He's such a disappointment. Out there getting people addicted. Being used by big tobacco to target black people. He could have been a lozenge.
Menthol cigarettes are just as addictive as regular cigarettes and harder to quit. Find out how to quit today at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
I received a call one time, and the man said, "You probably won't call me back because I'm just a nobody." I immediately called him back. Nobody's a nobody.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. I always wanted to be the lawyer who represented the little guy, the voiceless, the powerless.
I was rear-ended by a car probably doing about 50 or 55 miles an hour. My car caught on fire. I'm a paraplegic, so I couldn't get out of the car. They were struggling to get me out of the vehicle. After the accident, I gave Morgan & Morgan a call, and they understood what I was going through, and they were there to help me each step of the way. It made me feel that I had people behind my back to help me and resolve the case.
I represented him, and we did well because we get the chance to help people put their lives back together and to go on as best they can after a life-altering day. There's only one you, there's only one Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy to mostly sunny as we continue to move through our Thursday morning. Temperatures headed up into the 80s now. Highs, though, back near 90, feeling close to 100 when you factor in the humidity. We're going to stay dry for the early part of the afternoon with thunderstorms returning later and closer to the evening. Heavy downpours and frequent strikes of lightning will be our biggest threat later on.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations like One Hit Wonders.
This is the story of a
Just search One Hit Wonders and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Watch for a serious crash in Boca Raton, Powerline Road at Bonca Point Drive. An earlier crash, South Lake Avenue at Park Place. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm Traffic. I'm Ron Hersey.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Blindster is a family-run business that began in 2010, and we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters and received over 100,000 five-star reviews. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
Redefining radio. This is where the fun begins. Introducing Greek.
Let me tell you something. Don't ever love more you than anybody else you love more.
Francis.
Because then you're squeezing your banana so hard every time you come in here, and then you're pounding it on the desk.
Let's get the party started. It's the Penthouse on Real Radio.
Yes, it's the Penthouse on a Thursday, getting you ready for the weekend. It's supposed to be nice weather-wise, getting ready for a lot of football. Greek's Gridiron, a big giveaway for you guys at 11:45, and so much more. You can get involved with us by calling us, 877-927-6969. You could also text us at Real Radio 47142. We will probably have a third option for you guys to get involved with also soon. And you could always use the callback line. Stepping in and saying hello for the first time in the Penthouse is Dominic.
Hey there, Greek. Hey, Franny. And hey, Penthouse.
Ooh, wow, that was pretty good. Not bad, not bad. And, of course, hello, Francis.
Hello. What is going on?
All right, so, Dominic, we got to ask you, how was the big weekend in Vegas? We waited to talk to you on the air, and what happened over there, and was it a great time? I'm not going to ask you anything about ladies. I'll save that for later. But what was the experience like in there watching a fight?
Greatest event I've ever been to.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I'm not surprised. I mean, you love UFC, but not just that. It's also at the Sphere.
I could just say it wasn't even watching the fights part. It was all the other parts of it.
That's so cool.
The screen, it blew my mind, really did.
Were you nervous when you had to get your tickets and anything that they weren't going to be there or anything like that? That ever went through your mind? You were fine?
No.
No problems flying?
No. And you saw that video I sent you how close I was to Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, my God, you're right there. I mean, it was just unbelievable. I mean, try to explain a little bit to the audience and even us, obviously, like what was behind the scene? Like, when you saw it, what were those images they were showing? Just little different things?
So they were going through the history of Mexico because it was Mexican Independence Day.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And they started with prehistoric. Before every fight, they had films. It was about like a 90-second film.
Okay.
And in these films, they kind of just explained like Mexico's history.
Okay.
And also went through their fighting history and how their Mexicans are, notorious for being good fighters.
Yeah.
And they just slowly went through that. They started prehistoric time and they built their way up. And each fight had a different background that they built each time. Mm-hmm. And it just made you feel like you were there. There were times where I felt like I was in the Coliseum. It was crazy.
That's so cool.
Wow. So it was everything that people hype about and more.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
There were times where they had the fighters up with their stats and they looked like they were 50 feet tall.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Yeah, that's got to be absolutely insane. I'm sure half the time you notice yourself looking at the screen and not at what's going on in
Exactly,
the
yeah.
octagon.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what they say even with the concerts.
Yep.
People talk about, we talk about Jason Weiser, my good buddy attorney. He went there and he said half the time he was looking at the screen, not looking at you too.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
and
The
it's
show's the sphere.
Yeah, and he said it's just so crazy. And how are the seats and everything? Because they talk about the seats being like super cool.
The seats, they move.
Wow.
They gave us wristbands that actually lit up and also vibrated. So that it made the show even, that much more.
Wow, did you bring those home?
Love
You can
it.
sell
Yeah.
them in Palm Beach.
Yeah, I actually have one.
You could do well with that.
But yeah, the show was phenomenal. I would say definitely go see, if you got a chance to go see a show there, I would.
Yeah, we're trying to put together a Vegas trip, and we'll see what happens if we get there. If we go and we're going to do the show out there, we would definitely try to go and check out the tour at least. Maybe we can't see an act, but we'd love to see the tour and everything about it. And they just say it's just phenomenal. Anybody I talk to, I don't hear one bad word, and they just said bucket list, like to see it, and there's nothing like it, which is tremendous for Vegas. I mean, they needed another attraction like the Kardashians need another sister. It's just unbelievable that it's that good. That's cool. And did you enjoy the fights?
Oh, yeah, the fights are good. The screen was just so HD. Like, you wouldn't think something so clear could be right in front of you, but it made it look like they were, in the prehistoric times, they had, birds flying over and stuff like that in the jungle.
Gotta go.
Oh, really?
Gotta go.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, definitely check it out. Did you bet on the fights?
No.
Okay. Who fought? Did you think was going to win?
Yeah, the guy with pink hair lost.
I heard that.
Thought.
Yeah.
Sugar Sean O'Malley.
Yeah.
People said he looked flat. He didn't look like himself.
He's getting his ass kicked. Stuff to look like yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
That kid seemed so much bigger to me. I said that before you went. I mean, I don't know anything about UFC. I'm not familiar with it. I'm like most people. I know McGregor, but yeah, he just looked bigger. And there was 2 ladies that fought too, right?
Yep. That fight, it was a good fight, but the champion that people wanted, she was the Mexican.
Okay.
The crowd was rooting for her.
Yeah.
And the other person was this Russian girl that used to have the belt, and she ended up winning
the Russian girl did?
She won the whole fight, so the crowd was like quiet the whole fight.
How many fights were there that night?
10.
Really?
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
There
Were you there for all of them?
I got there. Yeah, I was there for all of them.
I was like, that's
Yep.
a lot of fights
Yep.
to sit through.
10 fights.
How long of a night is that?
It ended about 10:30, I think.
Oh, that's not
but
bad.
the event started, I think, at 4.
Oh, yeah. So it's long. It's a long day.
Yeah, 6 hours.
Yeah, I think pay-per-view started at 7 for...
Because they do the main fights, right? Yeah.
Yep.
But I do know that Eagles is starting this weekend at the Sphere. This is when they kick off the weekend, and they said that they're doing like a celebration, obviously, for their residency, which they're calling the third encore. So it's this exclusive fan experience, and it's been created, they said, to channel the spirit of the band's legendary roots, celebrate its enduring legacy. And so the space was built in partnership with a company called Vibe. It's a music destination experience company, and it's the VIP concert and hotel package partner. So it'll allow fans to come and browse really unique items and get up close with rare merchandise and memorabilia and all kinds of stuff. So along with that, they sell this package that you can go ahead and they said the third encore will have a VIP lounge, an intimate recreation of the world famous Troubadour music venue in West Hollywood. All kinds of cool stuff. So I did read about that. And I know a couple people who got tickets to go to the Sphere to go see the Eagles. They're going to be there next weekend. And they said they're super stoked. They haven't been to the Sphere yet.
And how was the hotel you stayed at?
It was all right.
Yeah?
The Paris hotel.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Did you feel like you're in Paris?
And I mean, there's a little small Eiffel Tower there. Yeah.
That's cool.
I know people have been engaged over there before because
nice.
it's a most affordable Paris they could go to.
Very romantic.
Yes, it is.
And was there any ladies at the fight?
Oh, I mean, yeah, there were tons of people there at the fight. Yeah.
And did you
That's
see
all
it?
he cares about, the ladies.
And did you say anything like, whoa, what are we doing here? How would you like to get, this and that? This
Let
and
my
that?
little Greek come out of me. You mean?
Well, I'm glad you had a good time. And it's good when you go anywhere and it lives up to your expectations, which is great. It's like our show every day. We live up to what you guys want. We know that. So, Franny, don't shake your head. don't shake your head.
We try.
It is the Penthouse on a Thursday. We got a big giveaway today. What are we giving away?
What is it, G-Man, if it's so big?
U-Chain?
Nope. What?
U-Chain or Root-Chain?
No, we got tickets to go see the Deftones.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and I know that you've been hearing the promos with Rover, and it is not going to be, I think, financial. It's actually at the Amerant Bank Arena. This is with special guests, the Mars Volta. So Deftones coming in concert. And this is a win them before you can buy them because the tickets don't go on sale until Friday. And this show is not going to be until next year, too. We're talking a March 22nd show, Amerant Bank Arena. Tickets go on sale tomorrow, 10 a.m. So we'll have an opportunity. Win them before you can buy them. We're doing a giveaway, 12:45 today. That's what we've done on Thursdays lately. And we're going to bring back who's most likely to. So we will be doing that 12:45. Now, just a heads up, if you're like, oh, is Jimmy on vacation? I know we got a text message at 47142. Text line is open in front of me. Also, if you want to email, you can email Franny at realradio921.com. That's FRANNY. Because Jimmy's last day at the Penthouse was yesterday. If you missed that announcement, I know somebody says, hey, is it possible to get a recap on Jimmy? Saw on social media that he's off the show now, missed the show yesterday. That's from Tom. So how dare you miss the show, Tom? I'm just kidding. But if you did, it was. He is still doing some things with our company, but he is no longer going to be co-host producer on the Penthouse. So we are very sad, but we're happy now that we have Dom with us. And so Dom will be our producer now.
I thought it was,
you just shaked your hand like
Yeah,
that.
I thought it was like he's on a trial. I heard.
I mean, we'll see. Yeah, he's on a trial run. But in the meantime,
he's on a trial for 9 years.
We do have Dom, but listen, Jimmy is in a very happy place. So we're super sad not to have him on the show. But all of us, like you, we love him, and we're definitely going to miss him. But that's just a little bit of a heads up. I know if you listened yesterday to this show, you got a little bit more details, but.
And we'll also mention it a couple more times, obviously today and the next few days. It is the Penthouse. Don't forget, Greek's Gridiron.
But we didn't fire him, okay? Because don't come after us like that.
What happened?
I said we didn't fire him. He didn't get fired.
No.
Oh, no, I know some people are like, oh, how dare management stuff. That is not the case in this situation, all right? This is not the case at all. So don't come after us.
No. I mean, we had nothing to do with it.
No, not at all.
I'm surprised my keyboard works in the morning. No, it was his decision.
So
basically.
So just so you know, that's what's going on. And like G-Man mentioned, I know that you can't listen all the time. We do understand. So we'll keep you posted.
Yeah, we'll tell you what's going on. Tomorrow we're going to be at Crazy Horse Saloon on North Lake. Great time. Come on down there, play Greek's Gridiron. It's going to be a fun time. Great food there. Love their cheeseburgers. I got a goal this week, and I am going up to New York, and I'm going to talk about my goal. And also, I have an interesting situation with one of my buddies, and it just reminded me, because Franny brought it up at the concert being next year, that he got tickets for a big concert with this girl.
Okay.
And we'll get into it, and they broke up, but should he still take her? Now, I mean, it's
I don't know. Like, how bad was the breakup?
He said the breakup wasn't bad, but she sent him a text, and I said, I'll bring it up to Franny. And she said, are we still going? And it's that big concert in October.
That one.
The Taylor Swift show.
Yes.
Okay.
So we'll see. We'll get into that. We got a trifecta, this day in history, and a lot more in the Penthouse on a Thursday. Getting you ready for another football weekend. And I'm going back to NYC, baby. Going to see my favorite girl. My favorite two girls. My mom.
Your mom?
And the Statue of Liberty. We'll be back. Peace.
Real Radio is the News Junkie.
Crazy drunk cat lady says, I got to see two old guys with dementia try to fight. They couldn't really land a blow, and we stopped them. They don't even know why they fought. Dementia Fight Club is wild.
It's easy, though, to follow the first rule because you just forget about it.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
We're just hours away from our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
The biggest headliners in live music will be taking over T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas.
Plus, some special surprises and moments you are not going to want to miss.
Stream only on Hulu. Tomorrow and Saturday, starting at 10:30 p.m.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of the 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Watch for a serious crash in Boca Raton, Powerline Road at Bonca Point Drive. An earlier crash, South Lake Avenue at Park Place. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm Traffic. I'm Ron Hurst.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Blindster is a family-run business that began in 2010, and we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters and received over 100,000 five-star reviews. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
All right, South Florida, if you're wanting to sell your car, this is easy. Hey, it's Franny. Do you want the most for your used car? Of course you do. Do you want a hassle-free process? Yes. Do you want to work with America's best car buyer? I would say so. That's GimmeTheVin.com. GimmeTheVin.com will beat your written CarMax offer or write you a check for $100. It's that simple. Get an instant cash offer and the most money for your used car right now at GimmeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Recovery from addiction can take many forms, and quite often, it's a team effort. For those in recovery, having support often leads to a better outcome. And for those supporting people in recovery, they celebrate every milestone. Here's to family, friends, loved ones, healthcare providers, and community groups who are essential to helping people find their path to recovery. If you or someone you know is experiencing addiction, visit cdc.gov/stop overdose to learn more about the various treatment options available.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. In office, West Palm Beach.
High five. Up top. Heck yeah.
Dave's company just got the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business.
Yeah, 5 years.
It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
High five for gig speed.
5 years of advanced security.
Security win.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Our rate ain't changing.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
There it is.
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Woohoo!
Now he's got savings.
I'm so excited.
Yep, Dave's feeling it. But it's only for a limited time, so don't wait. Switch today and ask how to get the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Powering 5 years of savings. Powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping. Woo!
Ends 9/22/24. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, over 3 million people called Morgan & Morgan in their time of need. And with over 1 million of those calls coming from previous clients, friends, and family.
My name is Jason Williams. It was a rainy day, and I'd gotten hit from behind by a lady that was doing somewhere over 100 miles an hour is what they were saying. I've never dealt with anything like this before. Everybody that I talked to kept saying the same name, which was Morgan & Morgan. I was on hold for maybe 15 seconds when they come back and said, Jason, we will absolutely take your case. As a non-tech savvy guy, any question that I had, if I called, text, or emailed, they got right back to me. They made it as easy for me as it could have been.
Thank you for trusting us. We've become the largest injury firm in the world because we've won a lot. The word is out. Size matters. Reputation matters. We're America's largest injury law firm for a reason. With over 900 dedicated attorneys and climbing, we're ready wherever you are, whatever you need. The choice is easy. We're just a phone call away. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach, 7 days a week. That's where the beautiful ladies are. Open to 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. And Sunday night is Midnight Madness. Every Sunday from 12 to 2. In the biz, 50% off drinks. Step right up, spin a wheel of madness, win amazing prizes. Sunday night at Monroe's. Get you ready for the week. Monroe's and Palm Beach. That's where all the sexy, beautiful ladies are. Peace.
Sweet chocolate reward. Sweet chocolate reward.
This is not just the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat at Walgreens. This is the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat right after receiving all their vaccines in one trip. This is the sound of treating yourself, because you protected yourself.
Stop by or schedule both your flu and COVID-19 vaccines today and grab yourself a sweet treat while you're at it. Vaccine subject to availability. State, age, and health-related restrictions may apply.
Point! Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
And welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Get ready to cool down this summer with the ultimate treat. This delectable dessert is too thick for a straw, but just right for a fry. Is it a milkshake? Is it ice cream? Neither. It's a Frosty. Come taste your favorite small Frosty flavor for just $1. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly to cloudy to mostly sunny as we move through the remainder of our Thursday. It's a hot one with temperatures near 90 degrees, feeling close to 100 with the humidity. A couple scattered showers and thunderstorms once again move through the area. Starting inland and pushing east towards the coastline, likely lingering into the evening for us too, with a few scattered storms again for Friday.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America N.A. Copyright 2024.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like One Hit Wonders Radio. The greatest one-hit wonders of all time. Ones you definitely remember.
I smell sex and candy.
And ones that'll make you say, oh yeah. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search One Hit Wonders, and listen now, commercial-free. Free never sounded so good.
The Penthouse is brought to you by Joseph's Classic Market.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. Listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is the Penthouse on a Thursday, getting you ready for the weekend and a football weekend. Greek Scritter will be on the road tomorrow. We'll be at Crazy Horse. What? And tonight, Thursday, good night to watch some football. What do you think? 242 at Monroe's. 2 bottles of Grey Goose and a bottle of Vouv. That is a great night. And some beautiful ladies. And the Jets and the Pats. Come on. That sounds like a perfect trifecta. Dominic is here. Good morning, Dominic.
Hey, Greek. Hey, Franny.
Francis is here.
What is up?
And you're doing a good job with that, by the way, saying hi to both of us. I always put Franny before me because she's a star.
I'm just going to do her.
All right.
You won't get an argument from me. Or probably anybody else. Let's do a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek's trifecta.
All right, the Yanks won last night, baby. And I got a text from my brother like around 11:45, probably the latest one I ever got from him in years. They won 2-1, and it's the 59th time they are going to be in the playoffs. Hats off to the Yankees. We did get Anthony, our caller. I want to give him a special shout out. Anytime somebody gives us a winner or goes on the air, you got Stones to do that. And he gave us a winner yesterday. He said the over in the Marlins games. Marlins lost, but they lost 8-4. Also tonight, Jets and Patriots. Don't forget, it's not on regular TV. Don't be like me sometimes. I come home and I'm like, oh. And a lot of people do that. Then you forget.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's on Amazon tonight.
Oh, yeah, Thursday night.
Thursday night, Amazon. So wherever you go, if you're going to Strike Cigar Lounge downtown Boca, they got it on. But remember, it's not on regular TV. I know a lot of times people even go out and they watch the game first half and they don't think of, then they go home, go out, catch the second half. If you don't have it, you're screwed.
Yep.
The lock of the night, and we don't like to use the word lock, so we won't. The key opening door is Hall, the running back for the Jets, over and pass receiving yards over 30.5. There it is. 30.5 over his receiving yards. Not rushing, not first touchdowns. That's a prop bet. That's from me to you. Happy holidays.
Writing that down.
You should. And Mahomes is on the road. He's playing Franny's team. She doesn't like to talk about it. She has a piece of the Falcons. She does this really for free. But this is in the first 50 games, he has the best record of any quarterback in the history of the NFL, winning 37 games. That is unbelievable out of 50. That has nothing to do with the spread. That's just him winning 37 out of 50 games. Better than Montana and better than Brady. I think they both had 36 out of 50. So again, but it is different this weekend. Chiefs got a big injury with Pacheco. Also, Jets tonight and Pats, last 14 games, the number has stayed under. The under is very low tonight. It is 38. Your Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Pollard Coffee Bar in Deerfield Beach and Ice Treats. Over to Franny for this day in history.
On this day in history.
Alrighty, we are going to go back 65 years ago. This day in history, September 19th. You ever look at a date or say it and be like, God, is it somebody's birthday? September 19th is looks to me like an important date.
But didn't you tell us last week between the 12th and the 19th?
It is. So it's definitely somebody's birthday. I'm just thinking
I think every day is somebody's birthday.
I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like, I feel like I'm missing somebody, a friend of mine. It's not your birthday.
Oh, you want to say it's
not your birthday,
No.
When is your birthday so we know?
April 10th.
Okay.
All right. So let me write it down.
April 10th. Put it in your calendar. How'd you write that down? 65 years ago, 1959, Soviet Premier Nikita Khrushchev dined with Hollywood elite, including Marilyn Monroe, Bob Hope, and Frank Sinatra. Then became furious when he was told that for security reasons, he wouldn't be allowed to visit Disneyland.
Oh.
They told him at that time when he was at dinner, you can't go to Disneyland.
I thought he was pissed because he had to pick up a tip.
Probably that too.
Yeah.
60 years ago, 1964, Flipper debuted on NBC.
Now, wasn't that filmed in Florida?
It ran, I believe so. It ran for 3 seasons. They eventually did another version in 1995, starring a very young Jessica Alba, which I did not know.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, 95?
Yeah, she's smoking.
No, she's hot, but it was a very young one in 1995. I do not recall.
I don't remember watching it, but I remember seeing her interview and they said, how did you start? And she said Flipper.
I don't remember that. 54 years ago in 1970, the Mary Tyler Moore Show debuted on CBS. Then we're going to go to 1973, America's first true pirate radio station, Free Radio America, went on air in international waters a few miles off the coast of Cape May in New Jersey. 43 years ago, 1981, Art Garfunkel decided to let Paul Simon join him on stage for a free Simon and Garfunkel reunion concert in Central Park. About 500,000 Art and Garfunkel fans, God, that's such a hard name to say.
Just call him Art.
Showed up, and millions more watched on HBO. Then we have 1982.
A computer scientist at Carnegie Mellon University named Scott Fahlman became the first person to use the smiley and sad face emoticons on the internet.
Oh.
They said he now regrets actually doing it.
Really?
I don't know why, but yeah. Like the do you know what I'm talking about? Like the colon and 40 years ago, 1984, Highway to Heaven debuted on NBC, starring Michael Landon and his gorgeous, manly mane of a hair, it says here. 39 years ago, 85, a U.S. Senate committee heard testimony on the labeling and rating of music with explicit lyrics. It was initiated by the Parents Music Resource Center, led by, do you remember who? About the whole explicit lyrics?
Luther Campbell?
No, it was led by Al Gore's wife, Tipper Gore.
Okay, sorry.
Little off there.
Two Live Crew?
That was like far from it. I doubt they would be leading that. Oh, man. Well, they said that they call it the PMRC, the Parents Music Resource Center, had made a list of the most objectionable songs.
Yeah.
Their Filthy 15 is what they called them. And this is back in 85, which included Prince's Darling Nikki, Sheena Easton's Sugar Walls, Twisted Sisters, We're Not Gonna Take It, and Cyndi Lauper's She Bop.
Really?
Yeah, back in the day, 85.
Wow.
The Senate committee heard testimony from Zappa, John Denver, Dee Snider, who were opposed to music censorship.
That's crazy.
88, Greg Louganis hit his head on a springboard during the diving preliminaries at the Seoul Olympics. He didn't tell the doctors who was he didn't tell the doctors who was fixing his bloody gash at the time that he had HIV.
Yeah. He's still around.
That was a big deal. Mm-hmm.
He was in Entourage, I think, the movie.
1988, Bon Jovi released the fourth album, New Jersey, which included their hits Bad Medicine and I'll Be There For You. 89, Doogie Howser MD, Neil Patrick Harris.
Doogie!
Yeah, debuted on ABC. It lasted 4 seasons. They said the new version, Doogie Kamaloha. I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Aloha MD ran for 2 seasons. Have you heard of that new version?
No.
Doogie Kamaloha.
Now, wasn't
Aloha.
he in that other sitcom that was real successful?
How I Met Your Mother.
And wasn't he like a player?
He was great in that, yes.
Oh, he was
legendary.
I mean, he was so funny.
So good. Legendary. That's what we used to say. 1994, ER premiered on NBC. It ran for 15 seasons.
Wow.
That's where Clooney had a big break.
Yeah,
I know he
did.
was on things before that.
Yeah.
Like Facts of Life. 26 years ago, 1998, the extremely handsome John Stamos married, wait, you want to say it? He's Greek. Married the extremely gorgeous Rebecca Romaine. They divorced 2005.
They don't get along anymore.
Yes. Speaking of, so weird, right? Doogie Howser, 1989. 2005, 19 years ago, How I Met Your Mother premiered.
I love that show.
So he has 2 premiere dates.
On the same day.
Neil Patrick Harris, yeah. Isn't that weird?
I thought he was hilarious.
That lasted 9 seasons. Let's see. 2008, we have Travis Barker and DJ M suffered severe burns when their jet crashed after during takeoff, killing everyone else on board.
Very sad.
Their personal assistants and the pilots. Unfortunately, DJ Adam did pass away, but it wasn't because of that. They said it was due to an overdose the following year. Then we have 2011. If you're a fan of the show, I thought it was hilarious. 2 Broke Girls premiered, ran for 6 seasons. And then finally, as far as TV, this is also a good one. 8 years ago, 2016, The Good Place premiered, and it ran for 4 seasons. So there you go for things that happened September 19th, this day in history.
I like that show, 2 Broke Girls.
Yeah, it's good.
I thought it was funny.
Mm-hmm.
On a flip of a coin, the blonde or the brunette. I think if you want to be like a freak, you go with the brunette. If you want to have a nice night, you go with the blonde, but you still end up in the sheets. What do we got, Tom?
We have Mike who has a story about Flipper.
Okay. Hey, Flipper. What's up?
Hey, good morning, Penthouse.
What's happening?
I'll tell you, we think we have bad traffic. I'm rolling through L.A. right now.
Oh God!
It's 3 miles an hour on the interstate. You know.
No, that sucks.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Whew.
Back in the 90s, I was manager at a boat rental in Fort Lauderdale, Pier 66.
Okay.
And one morning, it was early, like 9 o'clock. This guy, in a weekday, this guy came just staggering down the dock, walks up, and I want to rent a boat. And I mean, his breath just about knocked me over. He was just hammered, you know? And there's no way I'm renting him a boat. So I'm sorry, they're all reserved. And he goes, but I'm Bud, damn it. I'm like, Bud? He goes, yeah, Bud from Flipper. I guess he was the kid back in the 60s.
Oh, wow.
Like that's supposed to like
do something.
Like, but I'm real sorry, man, but we don't have any boats. And he just went on and on. And he just took off walking down the dock. Well, we had another location in Dania, and I'm like, I bet you he goes down there. I called them and told them, I go, if this guy shows up, don't rent him a boat.
Yeah.
And he did show up, and he got into a fight with the guy at the office and took off and wrecked his car on the way out and got put in jail.
Wow. That is nuts. And it kind of sad at the same time that he's still trying to use that clout from Flipper to get a boat.
Yeah, he's trying anything.
It just blew me away. I'm like, okay, Bud, who? Bud from Flipper.
Well, let me say this. I am impressed you're in L.A. and you're listening to us. That is impressive. And loyalty.
I'm a truck driver.
Well, I mean, I'm still saying it's very nice.
He's got us on the iHeartRadio app. I love it.
No, that's great. I mean, I'm complimenting you.
Appreciate it. Now, I listen to you guys all week, so.
Well, thank you, and thank you for the good story.
Yeah, and be careful out in L.A.
Okay. Yeah, have a good morning.
You too. Dom, do we have another caller?
We do. We have Pops.
Hey, Pops, what's happening?
Good morning, everybody. How you doing?
We're doing good, Pops. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing well. I just wanted to be the first from the radio world to wish some Dom to the Penthouse family.
Oh, thank you, Pops.
I know you're going to do good, buddy. I know you're going to bring your style to the show, and I'm looking forward to hearing what you got to bring to the table. I love the Penthouse. Listen to them every day. And as Greek and Franny can tell you, I'm always calling.
He's a good man.
You are
I
a good man.
appreciate it.
Yep.
And very loyal. Loyalty is a great quality to have. It's hard to find in people. And if you have that in somebody in your life, hold on to them.
Loyalty and positivity. I always look forward to your phone calls, Pop, because you do. You bring a smile to our face, and you always give us some kind of words of wisdom.
Yeah, we love that.
Well, hell, I'm not loyal. I'm just bored.
That's good. I'll take it any way I want. Yeah. A lot of times people say stuff to me, and I'm like, I'll take it.
We don't care why you listen, just as long as you do.
Yeah.
Boredom, loyalty, whatever.
Whatever. Who cares?
Hate, love, I don't care.
My radio's broke. It's the only one I get.
Yep.
Hey, guess what, Franny?
What's up?
I'm getting ready to make your taste buds go crazy. I'm putting on a brisket tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And is it coming down this way? Why are you going to tease us?
Well, because I'm not coming down that way. When I come down that way, I will personally bring you all fresh brisket.
I believe it.
I'm not going to mail it. I'm going to deliver it.
All right.
That's awesome.
I can't wait till that day happens.
Do a big one.
Thank you so much, Pops.
I'm going to do a 26-hour cook.
Wow.
And Dom, good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
Thanks, Pops.
Take care, guys.
Peace out. All right, so I was talking about this story yesterday. My buddy, him and his girl, they broke up. It wasn't a bad breakup, but she broke up with him, and he bought her tickets for Taylor Swift. Now he has a chance to sell them for good money, and she texted him 2 days ago and said, hey, are we still going to Taylor Swift? Sort of misses her. Should he take her, or should he not take her since she broke up with him, or should he maybe take her out to dinner first and see how that goes and then decide?
Well, she's going to be really nice to him if he takes her out to dinner.
You think she'll put out?
She wants to go to the concert, so she's going to play her cards right.
You think people are like that?
Yes. For a Taylor Swift concert?
Yes. She's going to play her cards right. Listen, I don't like to tend to look backwards when it comes to relationships, and especially if somebody dumped me.
Yeah.
I'm going to be bitter AF, and I'm taking somebody else to the Taylor Swift concert.
I know. It seems like knowing you so long. I never see that side.
With her, it's different, though. But if he broke up with her, and then he was just like, I really messed up and blah, blah, but the fact that she dumped him and then calls him out of nowhere is like, hey, are we still going to this concert?
Is she dating still right now? Is she with someone?
He doesn't even know.
Exactly.
He doesn't.
Exactly.
He doesn't know what's going on. He just said, it wasn't a bad breakup, but she broke up with him. I know that for a fact. And he just said, because I used to say to him, like, hey, you never know. Sometimes somebody calls you out of clear blue when they break up.
Yeah, and she did because she wants to go see Taylor Swift, which is an expensive ticket.
I'm trying to think of the positive side, and maybe this is their love connection. I told him to go. I said, go ahead.
They're rekindling right now, right?
Yeah.
I say take her out to dinner first and see what happens.
I say that, of course, the dinner's going to go great. she knows what she's doing. She's going to go to dinner. She's going to schmooze him. She's going to be like, "Oh, I missed you." She's going to go to the concert. And then that's probably going to be the last of it.
But if she puts out, does it really matter? Because then at least, it's like getting hookers. The same thing. That's what I told him.
How do you know that's going to happen?
Yeah.
Oh, then if she doesn't put out, then you don't take her to the concert.
So you got to take her to her dinner before, like you said.
Yeah, so what's that?
I don't know. I say if your buddy's listening, take somebody else. She broke up with you.
Franny says she broke up with you. Drop her.
Take her friend.
Take her friend. Take her friend. Don't take her friend.
Yeah, they didn't talk right after the breakup until she came out of the blue and was like, "Hey, remember that concert we were going to go to? Is that still on?"
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like it.
That's like a vacation. Would you still go on vacation with someone you had planned?
Hell no. I mean, wait, where are we going?
Monte Carlo? See,
Hold on a second.
If you really like the person and you're still hung up on them, it doesn't matter. You will go.
Of course, but you don't want to deal with heartbreak again just in case they're using you. That sucks.
Yeah, you're right. But people are bad out there. But I'm going to go with Franny. And I told him to drop her like a bad habit. I said, tell her you're going to the night of the concert. Go, I can't make it. I sold them. Sell her a ticket.
Let us know. 47142. I have that text line in front of me. What would you do if you were this guy? The girl broke up with him. Wasn't a terrible breakup, but while they were in a relationship, he bought him tickets to go see Taylor Swift in October. And so out of nowhere, she calls and was like, "Hey, are we still going to that concert?" So what would you do? Would you take her? Would you not? I have a feeling I know what most of you are going to say. Like this one, no way should that guy take her to the concert. She will totally blow him off after the show and he'll get hurt. That's from Matt in Port St. Lucie. I am with you on that. I do like this one at 47142. Has nothing to do with the concert. But they're like, "Hey, did Jimmy remember to tell you where he put the box of nails for G's tires?" It wasn't Jimmy who did it.
That's a good one.
He always got the flats when he was in Boca, not up this way. And I know Jimmy ain't driving from Port St. Lucie to Boca to throw down some nails to give Greek flat tires.
It wasn't Jimmy. Might have been management. It wasn't Jimmy. 877-927-6969. That's on the table today. You guys can call us and ask us anything. Also, you can welcome Dom. He's going to be on the show with us on a trial basis, probably for 9 years. And always you can ask me and Franny something. Jets and Pats tonight. Who do you like? I just gave you a winner. Haul over and receiving yards over 30.5 on the Hard Rock app. And if you want to bet that now because it's going to go up as the day continues. I am going to New York City this week, and I'm going to try to go to Statue of Liberty on Sunday.
Okay.
It's something I want to do. I haven't done since I was very young.
I've never been as many. I've maybe been New York City 6 times. Never have been to the Statue of Liberty.
Do you want to go Sunday?
I can't.
Okay.
I'm going to be actually at Universal.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's broadcasting there.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Well, it's a rain check.
Yeah.
Megan from Wild said she would love to go.
Oh, okay.
She's
you
like,
should take her.
Yeah, she's like, I'll go. This
You
is
should
great.
take her instead.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Megan. No, but she's not bad. Yeah, but I'm going to go to Statue of Liberty. I'm going to try to go Sunday. I'm going to try. If traffic.
Are you able, because I understand, like, some things are going on with your mom. That's why you're going. Was she able to get out of the house? Like, could you take her?
I don't know if I could take her.
Okay.
I asked her last night. She
Okay,
said, I don't
that
know
would
if
be a nice little date,
I'll
right?
be great.
Take your mom over
Great.
there.
Going to the city for lunch.
Mhm.
Take the ferry.
Yeah, we're close to the city, so it's not that bad. But we'll see. It's something that I said I would like to do, and so I'll see. Maybe something. Obviously, I'm going to stop by maybe Atlantic City. My brother's got a house down there. Sure, I'm going to my brother's house. I'm going to stop by the casino. I want to see the Casino Ocean. Jay-Z just opened a sports book down there. I want to see what that's about. But yeah,
You should go see the failure of what is that ferry that Davidson and Pete Davidson and Colin, right? Just bought.
Yeah, that's in Staten Island. I think.
Didn't they just did the fashion show there, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if things are going to go very well for them. I've heard there's a little bit of a not a feud, but I think they're having buyer's remorse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they said that not just that, but it looks like Colin Jost is what I read reveals that he is calling it quits on his decade-long bromance with Pete Davidson, and they're business partners. So I don't know if it has anything to do with that ferry that they bought.
It might be.
That joint investment. It was, I mean, when you think about it, it is a lot of money, but for them, it was $280,000, right? I believe that they put in together.
Yeah, but they might have just took out a loan. We don't know if they use their own money. You never know. Maybe put down $30,000 and then they use. When he was in Boca last time at the cigar bar, he was. I didn't go up to him. I had a bet on the Eagles. I could care less. But he was so nice to everybody. I mean, he really was. Took pictures with everybody. Exactly how he is. Like I said, he had one pants longer than the other one, the socks, messy, a smoking hot girl.
I don't know. Oh, he always, Kate Beckinsale, Ariana Grande. I mean, he always has beautiful women. But yeah, according to who knows, somebody familiar with them says they don't exactly know what the rift is, but Colin refuses. He said he put his foot down and even refused to set foot in the same building as Davidson.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And
maybe hit on his wife.
They were very, very close. They said he doesn't want to be associated with him. I don't know if this are just reports.
Yeah.
Who knows?
You never know the truth.
But I'm curious if that means if they'll continue on with that ferry that they're supposed to be turning into.
I think their concept that they had going in, like they wanted to make it a big comedy club and all that, and I think that sounded great, and I think you would have needed $1 million to refurbish the ferry and all the different things. Sounded great, but it just didn't get off the ground. It is the Penthouse, and we are off the ground. 1 hour in the books, 3 to go. Jimmy is gone. He is no longer with us if you just turned in. He's still with the company, but he's not on the Penthouse anymore. We have Dominic, who is doing a bang-up job, and we welcome him to the Penthouse. And you're technically under the Greek umbrella now, so that means any problems that you have in the building or outside the building, we take care of that.
Good to know.
We protect you no matter
He's got
what.
People.
No, we just, you
don't like to get your hands dirty.
Yeah, you just, and I always have to have an alibi. So this weekend there's going to be like a lot of stuff happening to people because I'm in Jersey. Franny's here. Franny's here. We got some Florida stories. What's happening?
I do, including a interesting new burial ground that's going on in Florida. I will let you know. I think it sounds really cool. Plus, a dude arrested for trafficking a bunch of meth and fentanyl. Thank God it is off the streets. Then we have a person who tried to sell something on one of those like offer ups that didn't belong to him, but this was a $65,000 piece of machinery. I'll let you know about that. I have those stories and more coming your way in your What the Florida on Real Radio 92.1.
When the smart speaker you gave your parents eventually becomes yours, tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Watch for a serious crash in Boca Raton Power Line Road at Bonca Point Drive. An earlier crash, South Lake Avenue at Park Place. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm traffic. I'm Ron Hurst.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A., copyright 2024.
Sweet chocolate reward. Sweet chocolate reward.
This is not just the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat at Walgreens. This is the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat right after receiving all their vaccines in one trip. This is the sound of treating yourself, because you protected yourself.
Stop by or schedule both your flu and COVID-19 vaccines today and grab yourself a sweet treat while you're at it. Vaccine subject to availability. State, age, and health-related restrictions may apply.
Point! Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
Hey, it's the Greek for Strike Cigar Lounge, Royal Palm Plaza, and Boca Raton. This is the place you'll love soon as you walk in. Great humidor with great selections, a patio that's unbelievable to enjoy football and all sports, and live music on the weekends. It's Strike Cigar Lounge and Royal Palm Plaza. Also, a sponsor of Greek's Gridiron. We're there in the Penthouse every other Friday during football season. Strike Cigar Lounge, my number one recommendation, to have a cigar with a friend and just relax and enjoy South Florida. Puff, puff, baby. Peace.
This September, Diamonds Direct's ultimate offer is back, stronger than ever. Diamonds Direct helps you get the perfect jewelry gift with 0% interest. That's right, enjoy 5 years of 0% financing on any Diamonds Direct purchase. It's your chance to get her the perfect ring with 0 interest and comfortable monthly payments that fit your budget. But act fast. This offer ends September 30th. For details and more, visit DiamondsDirect.com. Spread your payments over 5 years with 0 interest on approved credit. Only at Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Hey, it's Greek to tell you about my new favorite spot, Pollard Coffee Bar in Ice Streets. Pollard is an upscale, sophisticated coffee shop specializing in a wide range of coffee, beverages, and teas. Located in Deerfield Beach, proud sponsor 2024 Greek's Gridiron. Pollard Coffee, the way I start every day. Peace.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. Call 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations like One Hit Wonders.
This is the story of a
Just search One Hit Wonders and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Name calling, pushing, ignoring, whispering, throwing things. Bullying is very much alive in school.
Students with learning and thinking differences are 31% more likely to be bullied. Some kids are wired differently, but all kids can thrive with the right support. Talk with your child's educators to prevent bullying. Not sure how? Understood.org's In It podcast has the right info to get started. Visit understood.org to learn more.
Real Radio weather.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center. Have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy to mostly sunny as we move through the remainder of our Thursday. It's a hot one with temperatures near 90 degrees, feeling close to 100 with the humidity. A couple scattered showers and thunderstorms once again move through the area. Starting inland and pushing east towards the coastline, likely lingering into the evening for us too, with a few scattered storms again for Friday.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. I started Blindster in 2010 in my garage after I overpaid for new blinds. I researched the industry, hired my mom, and 14 years later, we're one of the largest retailers of custom blinds in the U.S. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Strike's Cigar Lounge.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Fire up your DVR.
It's time for your TV tip-off.
Wednesday the 2nd, it's a night of imports with romantic drama Sullivan's Crossing back for a second season, followed by the premiere of the British crime drama Joan, starring Sophie Turner and Frank Delane. The pair starts at 8/7 Central on the CW. Also on Wednesday the 2nd, the historical docuseries Secrets of the Dead digs up its 22nd season at 10/9 Central on most PBS stations. On Thursday the 3rd, Law & Order, Law & Order SVU, and Found are back on the case for their new seasons, beginning at 8/7 Central on NBC. Also on Thursday the 3rd, the game shows Scrabble and Trivial Pursuit bring the family fun to prime time, starting at 8/7 Central on the CW. Friday night the 4th, after 4 seasons, the crime drama Power Book 2 Ghost closes out its run at 8/7 Central on Starz. Sunday the 6th, it's a celebration of 50 years of music, trophies, and memorable moments with American Music Awards 50th Anniversary Special at 9/8 Central on CBS. I'm Lex Hohen, and that's your TV tip-off on iHeartRadio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Thursday. Thanks for always tuning in to Real Radio 921. Don't forget, tomorrow we will be on the road, Franny and I, Greek Gridiron Week 3 at the Crazy Horse Saloon at North Lake. Stop by, have a great lunch, enjoy yourself, great atmosphere, and play Greek Gridiron. Your chance to win some big prizes. Dominic's in the house.
Hey, Greek. Hey, Franny.
And it's time for some Florida stories.
Florida.
Florida.
Did you say
Florida?
I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
All right. Well, we hate that this is even happening, but it's good when they do bust somebody, and that's for trafficking enough fentanyl to kill 51,000 people, according to the sheriffs. Hillsborough County Sheriff Chad Chronister said a traffic stop near I-75 led to the discovery of what he said was enough to kill tens of thousands of people. They said, so it's always a traffic stop, right?
Yep, always.
This happened early Tuesday morning. The deputy allegedly talked to the passenger in the vehicle, and that guy was identified as Ryan Starr. And he said that he had a history of meth usage and had a torch in between his legs when they pulled him over. You think you probably hide that, put it somewhere else, but he had right.
Was the torch lit?
Not that kind of torch.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Deputies then used, because they were a little suspicious, a canine sniff out the vehicle. And it showed presence of narcotics in it. They continued to search, found 3 different drugs in the vehicle, which were tested and confirmed to be fentanyl, meth, and marijuana. The car also had a pistol and digital scale. So now he's facing charges of drug charges, including armed trafficking, and they're saying fentanyl and amphetamine on there. So thank goodness that is off the streets. Let's keep it going. And then you got to be careful when you pay for something you haven't seen yet or received, right? It happens all the time, especially on these Facebook marketplaces, OfferUp, all kinds of things. And this dude collected over $60,000 for selling a bulldozer that didn't even belong to him.
Wow.
So, South Florida man was arrested after selling this construction equipment. They said it was around $65,000. Emilio Machado from Royal Palm Beach was arrested, charged with organized scheme to defraud. According to the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, they said that an individual representing a company was looking to purchase a bulldozer. The victim found a bulldozer for sale on Facebook Marketplace and contacted Machado about the bulldozer. So it wasn't something that didn't exist, but there's after the bulldozer was inspected.
But it wasn't.
The victim provided, a deposit of $6,000. And then after initially wanting to pay for the bulldozer with cash, Machado suggested that the victim pay the balance with financing, which is interesting, right? You'd be like, why didn't you just give me the cash? Mm-hmm. The company paid the remaining balance of $58,850 via financing. So after the payments, the victim either was given multiple excuses or could not get in contact with him about the delivery of the bulldozer. So he went and showed him to it first. He was like, this is what you're going to get.
And then it became shady.
Look at it to get the deposit. So following the transfer of funds, of course, he withdrew the funds from the bank account and closed the account. So the account no longer exists. The victim called a number on the fence at the location of the bulldozer where they were told, this guy doesn't own this bulldozer. I don't know what you're talking about.
Terrible.
So through the investigation, it was determined that another individual owned the bulldozer. and that Machado was a guy who contacted him because it was up for sale regarding the sale and structured an agreement to purchase with the company. But that's how he got this whole scheme going. The bulldozer denied offering him a cut of the sale of the bulldozer, noted that he was able to secure financing for the sale of the bulldozer without obtaining ownership documents. And now he's being held in the Palm Beach County Jail. Man, how easy of a scam that is that? Just go to a place that has big machinery. If nobody's there, it'd be like, this is it. This is what you're going to get.
It's unbelievable.
Give me a deposit.
And then you're gone. Thank God they caught him.
Yeah, thank goodness. And then we have a couple of women in the Sebastian area who have been accused of doing a little rock star style to a hotel room. According to Sebastian Police Department, they investigated this whole thing. They say that they met with the front desk receptionist and explained that after clocking into work, she noticed hotel charge for 2 movies. And they said one of the resort rooms, the receptionist noted that there was no reservations for that room, which is weird. She's like, how are we having people charge us these movies, but there's nobody in there. We don't have a reservation. Nor did anyone ever check into the room. So receptionist housekeeping went to check the room, see what was going on, and noticed that it was deadlocked.
True.
So that's when one of the housekeeping women went outside and saw 2 women leaving the room. So the report goes on that one of the housekeepers tried to ask for one of the room for the room key. Do you have it? Which one of the suspects said her friend had it. That's when the 2 got into a car, they said, and almost hit one of the employees.
Terrible.
They were able to conduct a traffic stop, police department, and take these 2 women to jail, Kimberly and Daniel Dreer. So when they went back into the room, because they were like, how the hell did you guys get in there?
What did they say?
Through the patio door.
Oh, must have been left open.
Yeah, and that not just that, they went in there, they rented movies, they charged it to hotel room, and they said they just totally trashed the place. But man, they crashed it, they trashed it, and they rent movies. But who would have thought, like, hey, let's try to go through a patio door and see if we can get in here.
But you know what? There is a lot of hotels where, I can think of a couple right here locally where, you know what? The pool's right there and there's rooms there.
I guess. And
people
you just
forget.
See if it's open.
Yeah, they just keep going. Even people maybe who were like there for the day. How many people like sneak in big places, like in Vegas and stuff?
Oh, Vegas. Oh, yeah, for
the
sure.
pool. I mean, they have tight security, but it's not that tight. And you need a key usually to get to certain areas.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of places where people maneuver and they just hang out. And they just go in.
And I guess there's a hotel in Sebastian where you can maneuver. And then finally here, this is kind of cool. Neptune Memorial Reef. It's located 40 feet underwater in Biscayne Bay off the coast of Miami Beach. So this is both the world's first underwater cemetery, and it's also set to become the largest man-made reef on the planet. This has been around since 2007. I had no idea. So the claim is the reef has grown to encompass 1 acre with plans to expand to 16 acres underwater, providing space for over 250,000 placements of human remains. Now, as of now, there's 1,500 people that are laid to rest there.
Wow.
1,500. I haven't even heard of this place before. 1,500 with thousands more have already reserved their spots. So families can choose from a variety of burial options ranging from simple memorials to elaborate family groupings. Loved ones can visit the reef via scuba diving or a boat, right?
Yeah.
Or a boat. But they say what makes it super unique, and they said it's and lasting memorial while contributing to the local marine ecosystem. And the whole thing is resembled to look like the lost city of Atlantis.
Oh, it's pretty cool.
Right? The reef provides an unusual way for individuals to memorialize their loved ones while helping the ocean and sea life.
That's good.
I bet you it's probably not cheap. I would think. I don't know the cost on it. I'm going to do some research. And that is the Florida.
Great job.
Now, G-Man, you had the story about your dude who got broken up with, and then the girl called him and was like, hey, are we still going to that Taylor Swift concert?
Yeah.
Because he purchased the tickets while they were together.
Yeah, he got the tickets. I think he got the tickets sometime in July or August.
Okay, so at 47142, started off with Real Radio. Somebody goes, I would tell her, yes, we're going, and then just don't show up. Here we go. If he doesn't want to go to the concert, sell her the tickets at 20% markup. So sell her the tickets back. Let's see. Breakups make all prior agreements and plans null and void. It says, welcome, Dom. Greek's bark is worse than his bite. You'll be fine. Let's see. I tried to be the first to email you this morning, Franny. Gotta break it in. Welcome to the PH family. Dom, we will love you like a stepchild. That's from Sarah B. And then we have, with the whole Pete Davidson thing. It says maybe it's going to come out that Pete Davidson was at a bunch of these free cuffs. If you don't know what that is, look it up. That's what P. Diddy and the yeah. Okay, got it. That's a text line 47142. Started off with Real Radio.
So there was a girl who went on a date with this gentleman, and she thought they had a nice time, but she didn't feel there was any chemistry. So when she got home, she texted him, and she said, look, you're very nice. I hope we can stay friends. This wasn't in USA. I think it was in Australia. And she said, and let's stay friends. And he didn't like that. He didn't like rejection. So he said to her, he wants his $6 back. He took her to Starbucks. This got like 850,000 people that checked out this video. Again, should first dates be Dutch? I mean, everybody would have a different opinion, obviously. So you don't have to deal with something like this. The guy for $6, brutal. I mean, I could see if he took her out someplace and spent, a lot of money. I still would never ask.
No.
To me personally, or I would never even make a girl pay. I'm girls I'm friends with, I don't make pay. I just don't. That's just me, and maybe I'm a fool, but that's the way I've been raised, and I do it. But this is what she's saying now. And she was like, I can't believe that he wanted the $6.
What a cheap ass. $6.
$6.
Like we've heard these stories before where guy spends hundreds of dollars on a date and then this is not the first time where we've heard
$6
and they got rejected and they want their money back, which to me is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
You asked that person on a date, you paid, and why are you assuming that they're going to want a second date?
Yeah.
That shouldn't be an assumption. There's a lot of people who go on only first dates and it doesn't turn into a second one.
And he was offended, obviously, got rejected. So then he said, I want my $6 back. So she put it on social media. Like I said, it got 850,000 views.
Did he get blasted or did anybody agree?
No.
Him?
From what the article said, no. I mean, again, it was in a post. I was checking it out. But I can't believe he asked the girl for $6. And again, but people talk about this a lot of times. Should a first date be Dutch? Should you discuss that? Franny says in her mind, you know what? Whoever asks person out. Like, hey.
I never said it that.
I thought you said he asked her out.
Well, no, I'm saying just things in general. I mean, it can go Dutch, but it has to be something that's discussed prior to. I don't think you should ask somebody on a date and then at the end when you get the bill, be like, so are we going half and half? I think it should be something that going in. Because I think whoever it is would just be caught off guard.
Yeah, and he got mad because she said no. If she said to him, "Let's go out again," he wouldn't have said anything.
Of course.
Yeah, he got pissed. So she was just like, let's be friends. His
little ego got hurt.
Yeah, she was like, let's be friends. She goes, and I just don't think there's any chemistry between us. So, I mean, when somebody says that. And now again, and she put it in the thing, and I agree with her. In today's times, the way people are, she goes, I could have just ghosted him. And never, I think that's nice that she did that. And
she gave him the $6?
No.
Okay.
I don't think she gave him $6. No. But I'm just saying, but at least she did respond to like, hey, I had a nice time. I hope we can be friends. It was Starbucks. I mean, he didn't take her to New York Prime. Like, what the hell you want? And he wants the $6 back. And I can't believe that he doesn't think like he's going to look cheap, like asking for $6. I mean, it's a coffee. You buy a friggin' stranger a coffee. If you have a take on it, you can call us at 877-927-6969. Dom, what do you think? Should first dates be Dutch?
If it's talked about beforehand, it could be. But I think I'm used to the guy paying the first date.
Yeah. If you went out with a girl on a first date and she said, let me pay, what would be your response? You're going to pay later?
I'm still going to pay. Try to sneak it.
That's nice. I don't think you should pay. I mean, it's a first date. You're going out, having something to do. I've been on first dates. Franny will tell you, and girls have asked if they can get stuff to go.
For the kids.
For the kids. And I'm like,
and you paid it.
And I did. I was like, yeah, go ahead, whatever. I mean, and I was like almost in shock that night. I still remember that. But it was a friend of mine's wife who set me up. And I didn't want, and if I didn't know her, I probably would have been like, are you kidding me? You want to get, and it's not like the kid was 5. The kid was like 17. We got him a T-bone. I mean, what are we doing?
Wow.
So, yeah. And there was another girl I met one night, and it was, we met at a restaurant. But it was because it was close to her house, and she had she goes, I have car problems. She goes, but I could walk to this restaurant. It was a nice place, very close to her. So I thought we were just meeting, just hi, whatever. If there was something, then we have dinner. I said, let's play it by ear. And she's like, all right. And then I got there, there was really, I felt no chemistry with us, but she was nice. I said, would you like a drink? She goes, I sort of plan on dinner. It was like, you did?
Okay, then.
I said, you did? I sat through dinner. I did. I got her dinner, and I was just like, nice meeting you. And, she just wanted to give me a call me. And I was like, yeah, whatever. But
Never called her.
Never called her. But I just wanted to get a drink and leave. I mean, when you walk in, whether or not you see a picture or not, you see somebody, you say, both ways, And, but she wanted to get dinner. And she made small talk, and that was it. And it was like, oh, my God, I felt like I was in a meeting with management. Like, it was killing me. I was like, come on. What are we doing? But first dates, do you think they should be Dutch? I don't think so. But, I mean, I'd be impressed if a girl bought me a Coke. I mean, really, I'd be like, even like once in a blue moon, like a cappuccino. I don't bump into those girls. I'd be like, oh, bowing. I'd be like, probably one of the most generous girls I know as a friend is Frances. And then a couple other people who are girls that I'm friends with for years, and they'll be like every once in a while, Greek, let me take care of this. But besides that, nobody. 877-927-6969. That is the question on the board. Should a first date be Dutch? Let us know. And whatever your opinion is, and if you say, hey, it's cool, that's it. Most people think a lot of times if you ask the person out, it's on you. Now, it could be different if you ask a girl out or vice versa, and then she picks the place. Now, that could be different, too. Like, say you go, hey, I thought we get dinner, and then she's like, oh, let's go to so-and-so place. And then you might be like, ooh, that's because then you don't want to say no as a first date because you don't want to come across like a little. What is that place on Palm Beach? It's a sushi place. Breakers owns it. Echo. I was with a girl one night, and she wanted to go there. Now, that's a nice restaurant. Breakers owns. This is very high-end. And she was like, I was thinking Echo. I'm like, oh, were you?
Oh.
I'm like, great. I hear an echo in the background. I got to go. Again, call us at 877-927-6969. So, Franny, I think people are looking forward to this, and it's out Saturday Night Live's lineup.
Yeah, we weren't even close to who was going to be kicking off the
I don't know, so I'm excited.
50 years. This is season 50, and we already know what's going to happen. And they have announced their first 5 show dates, host, musical guest ahead of the season premiere, which is happening September 28th, next Saturday. Nobody, I don't think, would ever have guessed this. It is a great show if you've not seen it yet. But Jean Smart.
Who the hell's that?
I knew you would know she is. She's been in so many things, but she is the latest thing that the show is called Hacks, but she was in Designing Women. She was in Frasier for a little bit. She's been in movies.
Really?
If you saw her face, you would know she's been around for a long, long time. Do you remember the show Designing Women? Back in the 80s,
I remember
90s?
Frasier.
Yeah.
Is she a brunette?
No, she wasn't a main character, but Hacks is a great show if you've not seen it yet. And I think she just won an Emmy for that show.
Okay.
So maybe that's why.
Doesn't ring a bell.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I don't think anybody would have guessed that she is going to be hosting.
Who's the musical guest?
The musical guest, Jelly Roll.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yes.
That's cool.
Right?
He's doing stuff at the NCAA now, football.
He's everywhere. He's one of the musicians these days, and he's great. He really is. Then you have Nate Bargatze, who is a comedian hosting. A lot of people probably wouldn't gotten there.
No.
October 5th with musical guest Coldplay.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Ariana Grande hosting. This is going to be a good one because she's not the musical guest.
Ooh.
Stevie Nicks is.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, I wonder if they'll do a duet.
I know. I bet they will. So, Ariana Grande, Stevie Nicks, October 12th. Then October 19th, this is going to be a good one. Michael Keaton with Billie Eilish.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
That'd be good.
Uh-huh. And one of Jimmy, our former producer co-host, if you weren't tuned in earlier and yesterday, he's no longer with the Penthouse. He's got other great things going on in his life, and it was a decision that was made by him, but we are going to miss him, and so we have Dom now if you're just tuning in. But this is one of his guests who we thought was John Mulaney.
Oh,
comedian.
really? Yeah.
So he's going to be hosting November 2nd with musical guest Chappell Roan. So
Who's also huge right now.
yeah, Chappell Roan. I want to say, oh man, why am I not really familiar? What song?
She has a huge song on Wild, our
Does
sister
she?
station right now. Yep.
Okay, so she's like top 40 kind of music.
Oh, yeah, yep.
Got it. So
Jelly Roll, what is that? What did his name come from? Is that because he liked jelly donuts or no?
Who knows?
his
That's what I heard. He was a big fan of Duncan.
but his if you listen to podcasts, and I think you can on iHeartRadio, but his wife has a great podcast.
Okay.
If you're not, but it's a really good podcast.
Wow, that is a
Bunny
surprise,
XO.
the first one. I was thinking maybe Nikki Glaser, Brady, somebody huge for their 50th year, or somebody that did it for a while. You know, I don't even know if I'm like you said, if I see her, I might know her.
Yeah, but the Dumb Blonde podcast, I highly recommend. She gets some good people on there. That's Jelly Roll's wife.
All right.
But yeah, no, I think it's going to be good. She's a great actress, but I don't think anybody would have guessed Jean Smart.
No way.
I don't even think she was on any of these odd bets that they have. These prop bets. Offshore, yeah.
Not even the smart people would have picked her. I mean, it's pretty odd. I don't even know who the hell she is. It is the Greek and Francis and Dominic in the house. If you're just tuning in for the first time, where were you? No. Jimmy is no longer with the show. He is still with the iHeart family, but he is no longer with the Penthouse. We were and are very sad about Jimmy leaving, but we wish him all the luck in the world, and we know whatever he's doing, he's going to be very successful. But Dom has stepped in and done a great job the first hour and a half. What are your first thoughts the first hour? But you've worked with us before.
Yeah, this is his first time.
Yeah, so it's not like really like, were you this last night you go to bed, were you a little excited or anything?
Yeah, but same old, same old.
Yeah.
It was like, I think it's one of those things too, even with Jimmy not being part of the Penthouse, like it hasn't really truly sunken in yet. And I'm sure with you, it's almost like you're filling in, right?
Yep.
I think
it's like he's on vacation.
After a
Some
while.
big shoes to fill, though.
Yes.
Yeah, we will miss Jimmy. He did a fantastic job, but Dom is going to step in and he's going to help us out. And he's been with the company a while, and he's a nice guy with a bright future. We're going to try to teach him a lot of Greek things this weekend. That's my goal. Even though management told me in a meeting yesterday, stay away from him. I said, what do you mean? Me? I'm a good influence.
Yeah.
It is the Penthouse. We're going to come back with a giveaway that Franny's going to tell you about and a trifecta. And tonight, don't forget, Jets and the Patriots. Rodgers goes back to the stadium where he blew out his Achilles a year ago at this time. Ooh. Hopefully he finds the right neighborhood this time. We'll be back. Peace.
Real radio is the news junkie.
We had a woman who freaked out in South Africa, took off her thong and put it on her face. It was very impressive. I've never seen a human being take a thong off so fast.
I have.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
We're just hours away from our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
The biggest headliners in live music will be taking over T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas.
Plus, some special surprises and moments you are not going to want to miss.
Stream only on Hulu. Tomorrow and Saturday, starting at 10:30 p.m.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of the 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Watch for a serious crash in Boca Raton, Power Line Road at Bonca Point Drive. An earlier crash at South Lake Avenue at Park Place. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm Traffic. I'm Ron Hurst.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer custom-made faux wood and real wood blinds and shutters, cellular shades, Roman shades, bamboo shades, exterior shades, and more. All at factory direct prices. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
Hey, it's the Greek for Jason Weiser, my attorney. Whether you were injured due to a car accident or a medical malpractice issue, a slip and fall, or any kind of injury due to a fault of another, their team can help you. Board-certified personal injury attorneys. They can help you determine the responsibility party and pursue the damages and justice you deserve. Contact them at 561-689-8180, 561-689-8180. No fees unless they win. Jason Weiser, my attorney for over 20 years.
Come on out to Earl's Hideaway this Sunday for our next Miller Lite Pro Football watch party of the season as Miami takes on Seattle. Great food and drink specials, including $3 Miller Lite drafts during all live pro televised games all season long. Plenty of real radio swag and a chance to win a pair of tickets to an upcoming Miami game. Kickoff is at 4:05 p.m. Earl's Hideaway, 1405 Indian River Drive in Sebastian. Looking forward to seeing you there.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach, 7 days a week. That's where the beautiful ladies are. Open to 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. And Sunday night is Midnight Madness. Every Sunday from 12 to 2. In the biz, 50% off drinks. Step right up, spin a wheel of madness, win amazing prizes. Sunday night at Monroe's. Get you ready for the week. Monroe's and Palm Beach. That's where all the sexy, beautiful ladies are. Peace.
High five. Up top. Heck yeah.
Dave's company just got the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business.
Yeah, 5 years.
It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
High five for gig speed.
5 years of advanced security.
Security win.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Our rate ain't changing.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
There it is.
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Woohoo!
Now he's got savings.
I'm so excited.
Yep, Dave's feeling it. But it's only for a limited time, so don't wait. Switch today and ask how to get the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Powering 5 years of savings. Powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
Ends 9/22/24. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Hey, it's the Greek for Trajan Wealth and for you, because Trajan Wealth can help you with your retirement and your 401k. You might not be sure what you have in your 401k, but you could sit down with them today and look at what you have your money invested in, and maybe they have a better path or a suggestion for you. Call Trajan Wealth today at 561-390-1000, 561-390-1000. Offices in West Palm Beach. Trajan Wealth can help you. And when you got tough questions in life, you need to go to somebody who's educated and smart. Trajan Wealth is the answer. Call them today, 561-390-1000, 561-390-1000. Peace. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor, paid advertisement.
Sweet chocolate reward. Sweet chocolate reward.
This is not just the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat at Walgreens. This is the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat right after receiving all their vaccines in one trip. This is the sound of treating yourself, because you protected yourself.
Stop by or schedule both your flu and COVID-19 vaccines today and grab yourself a sweet treat while you're at it. Vaccine subject to availability. State, age, and health-related restrictions may apply.
Point.
Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down.
Ace.
You're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com. Sweet chocolate reward. Sweet chocolate reward.
This is not just the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat at Walgreens. This is the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat right after receiving all their vaccines in one trip. This is the sound of treating yourself, because you protected yourself.
Stop by or schedule both your flu and COVID-19 vaccines today and grab yourself a sweet treat while you're at it. Vaccine subject to availability. State, age, and health-related restrictions may apply.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. Call 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America N.A. Copyright 2024.
For more information about contests on this station, visit realradio921.com/rules.
Sarah Spain with iHeart Women's Sports, presented by Capital One. Tonight is the final night of the WNBA regular season, and the 8th and final playoff spot is still undecided. Atlanta currently holds the number 8 and controls its own destiny, with Washington and Chicago both one game back. If Atlanta beats the Liberty, they're in, full stop. The only way Chicago takes the 8 is if they win and the other 2 lose. The scenarios get a little stickier after that. Tune in to see what happens. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
With the Venture X card from Capital One, you earn unlimited 2x miles on everything you buy. Plus, get access to over 1,300 airport lounges. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Wake up with football every morning and listen to my new podcast, NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal. 5 days a week, you get all the latest news, the best analysis delivered by the time you get your coffee. This show hits on every single game, every single week, but I can't do it alone, so I'm bringing in all the big guns from NFL media. Subscribe today, and you'll immediately be smarter and funnier than your friends. Listen to NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search NFL Daily to start listening.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored to you by Pillar Coffee Bar and Ice Treats.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Mo Better Garage. Mo Better Garage. We make it way Mo Better. MoBetterGarage.com.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. Listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is the Penthouse on a Thursday, getting you ready for another weekend of football, as we will be at the Crazy Horse tomorrow for Greek's Gridiron on North Lake. Dominic's in the house.
Hello, Greek and Franny.
Franny's here.
Hey, what's going on?
It's time for a trifecta, then we'll get to our giveaway.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
By the way, we're not doing our giveaway. It's 12:45. Yeah.
All right, I know that.
Hello, welcome to the Penthouse.
Yankees win 2-1 last night. That's why we shouldn't change things.
It's been 2 months.
Okay, sorry. Yankees win last night 2-1. They clinched postseason for the 59th time in their history. That is the #1 for Major League franchises as far as qualifying for the playoffs. Next team closest is the Dodgers. I believe it's 37. So hats off to the Yanks. Tonight, Jets and Patriots. Jets are favored by 6. Over-under is 38 on your Hard Rock app. Make sure if you're betting on your Hard Rock app. Download it. A lot of good things that you could do. Player props. You could do receiving yards, passing yards, first half, game, total points. You could do it all on your Hard Rock app. Make sure you check out the Jets and Patriots. And remember, it's on Amazon. It's not on Real TV. So if you're out and about or you come home, you kick up, you say, let me watch the game. And if you don't have Amazon, you're screwed. Mahomes is playing Atlanta Falcons. That is going to be this weekend, Sunday night, I believe. And it's his 50th home game, 51st. But in his first 50, he has the best record out of any quarterback in the league ever. Montana and Brady, I think, had 36 wins out of 50, and Mahomes has 37. So hats off to Mahomes and what he does. He does is win, win, win. Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Pollard Coffee Bar and Ice Treats, located in Deerfield Beach. Peace.
So you put out the question, should first dates be Dutch? We have a text here from Sarah at 47142. Says, first dates should not be Dutch. If a man expects me to pay for my portion on a first date, there won't be a first date. Says, I found out during the planning process. But I don't think I'll have to worry about first dates anymore. Wink, wink.
Uh-oh.
Okay, all right.
Oh.
Okay, girlfriend.
Oh, yeah. Sarah B. with a new squeeze.
And then he says, hey, Dom, are you married? And by chance in the southern part of the county. That's from Steve in Boca. Steve, he's not. And if he was, stay away from his wife.
Yeah, Steve has a thing for... I talked to Nutter yesterday, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he said hi to everybody, and he sounded great. He really did. I can't tell him how he looks, but he sounded great.
Good.
But yeah, I did talk to Nutter yesterday. Speaking of Steve from Boca.
Dom, do you have a main squeeze?
No, not at the moment.
All right. And if he does, we'll make sure to let you know.
Yeah, we'll tell you right away what's going on. He's open for, invitations, though. See what happens.
All right. So we have an Am I the A-hole situation, and we'll ask your opinion, of course, Dom and Greek and yours out there. And this was through Reddit. That's where you can find a subreddit, Am I the A-hole or Am I the Jerk? So this is how the story goes. I, 34-year-old male, work in a small office with about 30 people. So Mary, who's one of my coworkers, so we have worked together for about 6 years and frequently travel across the state to oversee government projects. Ooh. We always travel in a group
of 2. Although my travel partner changes based on the project, Mary and I are generally put on similar projects, and we really do enjoy each other's company. My wife also likes Mary.
Oh, okay.
Overall, we have a really healthy work relationship. So it says, on to the incident. Yesterday, we had a happy hour in our office, and we were all drinking and chatting after work. It was a group of around 10 people that stayed back. Mary was blabbering about how much we have traveled together in the last year, and she was roasting me for my travel habits, like always forgetting stuff in my hotel room and being sweaty and stinky. When I join her for breakfast in the mornings, because I go to the hotel gym typically. Yeah. So everyone's laughing, and she was making it sound like I was unbearable to travel with, but all in good fun. I also told some funny and sweet stories about her and agreed with her, saying that I can be difficult to be with sometimes. So she came over to me, hugged me tightly, and told me that she loves me, and I am her work husband. So she was like, it was all innocent on the surface, but she might have been a bit drunk and didn't let go after a tight hug. You know, sometimes if you hug too long, it can be really awkward. That's what she does. It's too long of a hug.
That happens to me and our market manager.
He said, yeah. He said, also, I hate that phrase, as I have a wife, like the work wife, work husband. Yeah. As I have a wife, I promise to be with forever, not just during non-working hours. After a few seconds, I became uncomfortable, and I saw a few people staring at us. So I diffused the situation. I took her hands off my shoulder and told her she was my work sister.
Okay.
Not my work wife.
All right.
Which is why I love to annoy her so much. Well, he said that upset her. So she left, went back to her desk, where he found her silently sobbing, crying because he was like, well, you're more like my work sister, not wife. And I really appreciate this dude. He's like, I have a wife. When I'm outside of work and when I'm in work, she's going to be my wife.
That's right.
So he's like, I tried apologizing, but she told me how embarrassing the situation was.
So obviously she likes him.
Yeah, she said she just met work husband in a platonic way, but me calling her work sister made her sound like a creep in front of the whole office.
I mean, everybody can feel the way they want.
She was mad that I aggressively removed her hands from my shoulders while we were hugging.
What's aggressive? Get off me! What are you doing?
I tried to reason with her that I didn't like the whole work husband phrase and that people were starting to give us uncomfortable, dirty looks when she said it. So I was just trying to make sure people did not take her words in the wrong way. We talked for a few minutes. She calmed down, hugged me again, and then left. So he's like, I felt guilty afterwards because I could see that, her point. I made her sound like a creep by implying she meant something inappropriate. However, I was uncomfortable. So he wants to know, was I in the wrong to assume something wrong in the fact that she says that I'm the work husband? And I was like, no. So he goes, am I the a-hole for calling her my work sister in front of everybody?
I mean, that's a strong word to say that. Obviously she felt bad because it's like a shot at her. Like, yeah, you're my sister. And anybody says that. But he's married too. So you know what? I mean, that was the appropriate thing to say. You don't want people to think that they're, banging on the side. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I agree with you on that whole work husband's work wife, whatever. I mean, when I hear people say that and they say it too much to me, I think they're banging and they're just like they're throwing it out there like camouflage. Like, oh, yeah, we're but I don't know.
And I wonder, do spouses get offended by that? Like if you come home and you're like, oh, we're talking about so-and-so today. I know my work husband, if you say it out loud, do you think a spouse would be offended?
Some might,
by that term?
Yeah, there's a possibility for that.
Yeah, some definitely would. They would feel that. And it depends on the person whether they're secure or not. And they might be, there's some people that don't want you talking to nobody. And I mean nobody. And so, you're not talking to me. Why are you talking to me? Tell me your problems. Tell me how your day is. Because a lot of people talk about that where they feel that's cheating as much as if it's not physical. Like, you're telling the person you're in a circle and your secrets and you're having lunch and you're spending time together. And how many times have we said that, people at work, you spend more time of your waking hours with them than the people you're with. Because, you come home 5, 6 o'clock, you eat, hey, what's up? Lay on the couch, maybe hang out. And then next, it's 10 o'clock or 11, you crash. And you're like, wow. And then next day you're at work with Susie for 8 hours. It's a long time. Yeah. So that's why so much stuff happens at work.
So let me ask you something, because they do have a poll on this and it's on BuzzFeed. I want to see where we stand with the public. So, and then say, before we continue, am I curious? What do you think about the term work husband, work wife, or work spouse in general? Your options are, they're fine with me, they're inappropriate, or it depends. It just depends on, I guess, the situation. So what do you think, Dom? Is it fine, the terms? Are they inappropriate?
I would say they are inappropriate.
Okay. What do you think, G-Man?
What was the last one?
It says it depends.
On the situation.
Yeah.
Right? I would say it depends, too.
Okay. On what?
The whole
Like,
situation.
what would make it okay?
If it was both ways, like if nobody was married, yes. I think it's cool.
All right. Well, yes. If you're single, then it's fine. I get that.
But if you're married, you got to respect the person. And if you say, and then also if you want to say something maybe to you, you know what I mean? Or the person's fine. But when you throw it out there in front of a lot of people, that's different too.
Well, 67% of the public that were polled think it's inappropriate.
Yeah.
Yep. And then they have here in this particular Am I the A-hole post, what do you think about the poster responding with the work sister? I thought it was a good response. I didn't like it because I think he embarrassed his colleague, or I didn't like it for another reason.
I just think it wasn't cool. Like, I think he embarrassed her.
Yeah, so it's interesting to look here because 93% of people that were polled thought it was a good response.
Really?
93%.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you're de-escalating it at least.
Because I do understand that, you guys are both talking about how well you know each other and you have all these
And they travel.
And you have all these inside jokes about traveling, and then she comes in for a really long, awkward hug and then calls the work husband. I can see how coworkers, your colleagues would be like, I wonder if anything's going on between the two of them.
Yeah, it seems weird, but I also think she likes him a little. There's something there because if you don't like somebody, you don't care. You don't care if they call you your work husband, bookie, fire hydrant. Who cares? Call me whatever you want. I mean, but if you like the person and you want it to be a little bit more, because sister is like, the zone of it's not happening. And it's like when a girl says we're friends. Like if you're out with somebody and they says, this is G, this is my friend. You're like, man, I don't want to be a friend. If I want to be a friend, I'll buy a Cocker Spaniel.
And another thing, a side note to this story, is that she's single.
Yeah, so.
And he's not.
That's right.
So maybe she just doesn't really understand where he's coming from.
Yeah, if you ever want to see something weird dynamic is when you go to Christmas parties, how people act around their spouse. Some people are exactly the same. Some people are not. Because, the spouse might, male or female, just not the same. And even if you talk to somebody all the time and then you see him at the party, you're like, hey, what's up there? Hey, how you doing, Susie? This must be your husband. They're like, yeah. And you could pick up on it right away. Like, wow, this, can't be like I am at work. But I think because, I think if the person wasn't single, it'd be different. It definitely would be different. But I think she likes him. And I think that's what it's about. A little bit. There's something that she likes about. Because like I said, if she didn't like him, she wouldn't care. Because sister means like, family. You know what I mean? Like, hey, nothing's going to happen unless we're in West Virginia and they go to business trips there. But if not, they're cool. What do you think, Dom?
We have a listener that wants to chime in.
All right, go ahead.
We have Chris.
Hey, Penthouse, how y'all doing?
Doing good, Chris.
So I had a similar situation at a previous job where the woman that was in charge of the company, she relied on me for everything. So she did call me her work hubby, and she was friends with my wife, but my wife made it very clear that she just wasn't comfortable with the terminology.
Okay.
Because she is my wife, and she said, I am her husband. There's no other, we're not a throuple. So instead of, getting offended like a lot of guys do, I just respected my wife's wishes and told the woman to stop. That was it. Nothing personal. Just, I mean, if there's nothing there, then it shouldn't be an argument. You should always respect your spouse. If your spouse doesn't like something, then, you change it. If you don't want to change it, then you shouldn't be married.
I agree with you 100%, Chris. Now, let me ask you, was the woman somewhat offended or kind of taken back when you told her that?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Because it was tongue in cheek. It was just tongue in cheek. But my wife just didn't like the terminology because we're all still friends to this day. She just doesn't use that terminology. My wife doesn't get offended. Everybody's happy. You know what I mean? For me, it's not an argument. It should just be really simple. If you want to be happy with the person you're with and they don't like something, you should change it. Because if you don't like something and they don't change it, you're going to be offended as well. So if you're going to be with that person, then shouldn't be an argument. You should just say, you know what, honey, you're right. I'll stop it. And that's it.
You're right.
I agree. It's about respect.
It's 100%. I mean, you know what? You got to respect the person you're with on both sides because you always got to turn it around and would you like it? And if you're not going to respect the person you're with, you shouldn't be with them.
Well, that means you don't care.
Yeah. If, you're with somebody and they say, hey, I don't like that, then you stop doing it. You just stop doing it because you know what? You're going to offend them.
Absolutely. And I just wanted to say, welcome aboard to Dom, man. He's a good addition. I think he's going to do a great job.
Thank you, Chris.
Absolutely, brother. And I will make sure I call at least once a week and tell you how much you suck.
Yeah. Way to be in Penthouse.
Make him feel like family. Love
Yeah,
it.
he's going to tell you how much you suck. And if he doesn't tell you, management will.
I love it. So this is a double down, all right? So there is a follow-up to this situation where she got all upset, went into his office. I can't believe you embarrassed me, blah, blah, blah. She said that when that I was, again, misinterpreting what she was saying. She felt that as we've known each other, this is her reasoning. We've known each other for longer than he's been married.
Okay.
Right? That she's known him longer than he's been married to his wife.
Yeah.
She even said she knows me more intimately than even my wife.
That's not true.
Why make those assumptions, right? He's like, I have no idea why she feels that way. She also said, I behave like her husband when we travel together. She went on about how we go out to dinners together after work, how I always insist on having breakfast together in the morning. And he's like, to plan our actions for the day. And how I walk around in my underwear, referring to my gym shorts around her in the morning. She also talked about how we spend hours talking to each other during road trips and how I am the only man she can trust with any secret in her life. She said, I am the definition of a work husband, and I am just in denial. I think this girl...
She likes him.
A lot.
Yeah. I likes him.
I think, that
There's something.
There is.
Now, I don't know if they ever fooled around or not. I don't know if he should be walking around in his underwear. I mean,
yeah, he said it was his gym shorts, and she calls it underwear. This is according to him. Who knows, right?
But I mean, again, if you go away with somebody on a business trip, it's common courtesy to say, hey, do you want to get breakfast tomorrow? I'm going to have breakfast in the lobby. Do you want to come? Whether it was you or Franny, I would say that, and if you guys don't come, fine, but I'm asking, out of politeness. Same thing with lunch or dinner, because again, you're on a business, you're in a city that you're unfamiliar with. So who are you going to go out to dinner with? Either the people that you're visiting for work or somebody else. Because there has been times where if you don't ask somebody, they're like, well, I wish you told me because I'm in my hotel room alone.
Yeah. And it is weird. Like, are you guys in a room together? Why is he walking around in his shorts? Unless that's like he shows up. It is. And so I need more on this. But
maybe she goes to his room and just says when he's getting dressed.
Maybe.
Or, they're hanging out watching a movie. I don't know.
And she was like, I was a bit angry at this point. I told her I do all that because I consider her my friend. She would be delusional if she felt she knew me more intimately than my wife.
That's bad.
I told her I didn't want to hear that term again. It was extremely disrespectful to my marriage. The only one who gets to call me her husband is my wife. And so he did. He ended up talking to his wife about the incident. And he says, as expected, she was angry at Mary.
Yeah.
And she hates the term work husband. So she asked me if Mary had ever flirted with me during our trips or had a crush on me. And he was just like, I honestly never thought she did, but kind of feels like there's something there. And this is as an outsider looking into what's going on. And he's even saying, if she repeats the same behavior, should I report her to HR?
Wow.
Is now his next question.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
And now he's promising to reduce his interactions with his wife outside of work hours and be more guarded around her. So did he open that up? Did he leave it to where he was kind of letting her feel maybe there was a little bit more there too?
Yeah, sometimes you just get friendly with somebody. It doesn't mean you like them. Again, you're just pounding around with them and you're hanging out. I don't know. I just think it's weird. The next trip's going to be weird. If there is a next trip, that's going to be weird. And if he does anything like that, she's going to be like, see, what are you doing? Blah, 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 blah. But I think she likes him. I just get that feeling. I think there's a little bit more there than them being coworkers and being friends. But who knows?
And even some people, if the tables were turned and he hugged her for way too long and he was drunk, it would easily be called sexual harassment. So some people are saying she's the a-hole here.
Yeah, I don't know. It's everybody's got a different opinion, but also you don't want to get somebody in trouble around their spouse or their wife. When I'm out with my friends and their girl, I don't say boo. They say something to me, I'm like, because you never know what you say that could cause a problem home. It happened the other night. Like one of our friends, we were all out and he met us and he wasn't supposed to meet us. And then the next day he saw my buddy's wife's sister and he was like, yeah, we saw so-and-so last night. And, he said, and she was like, what do you mean? Like he was supposed to be there or whatever. Like you just don't know when you say something that you can cause a risk. So same thing like the cops. If you don't open your mouth, you know what? You're not going to get in trouble. Just shut up. You don't know anything. I don't know anything.
Sorry, Kill.
Yeah, sorry.
47142. He's definitely banging her.
I think there could be something going on.
Another text says, let some hussy do that to my husband in front of me and both her arms will be in casts. That's from Stacy.
Nice,
Stacy in West Palm Beach, because we have a couple Stacys.
Way to be Stacy. She showed her territory.
And then somebody else was asking about the talkback feature. We'll get it working. We'll have, I believe, right? We'll get it eventually, and we'll have Dom in there be able to do our talkbacks, which is what we utilize here, where you can, if you have the iHeartRadio app, you just search for Real Radio 921, click on the microphone icon, and just like that, you can leave us a little voice message.
Yeah, it's going to take a couple of days to get everything straight and narrow. So just improvise and figure it out. And if you don't have it,
you figure it out.
You figure it out. What else you want me to do for you? You kidding me? I gave you a bet tonight. Hall with the Jets over in yardage, over 30 and a half.
That's all he has to do. He shows up and gives you bets.
What do you want? I got to do everything around here. I mean, come on. 877-927-6969. If you're turning in for the first time, Dominic is with us now. Jimmy's no longer with the show. He's still with the company, with the family. But Dominic's with us. He's been with us before, and he's done a very good job, and we're happy to have him. And I continue to think that you'll do a good job, and he's on time, and we don't have to worry about it. We have worked with people in the past who were like really late, like 45 minutes, and don't worry about you with that.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, no, you're always on time and you're ready to go. It is the Penthouse on a Thursday. We'll come back with some fun facts, and we got a special guest caller about another big event for the veterans, and we always support our veterans because they've done so much for us, men and women. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
When you give up trying to teach your parents how to use their smart speaker and take it home, tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Watch for a serious crash in Boca Raton, Power Line Road at Bonca Point Drive. An earlier crash, South Lake Avenue at Park Place. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm traffic. I'm Ron Hurst.
This report is sponsored by USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Every business faces challenges, but shipping shouldn't be one of them. Turn shipping to your advantage with USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Hey, it's the Greek for Strike Cigar Lounge, Royal Palm Plaza in Boca Raton. This is the place you'll love soon as you walk in. Great humidor with great selections, a patio that's unbelievable to enjoy football and all sports, and live music on the weekends. It's Strike Cigar Lounge in Royal Palm Plaza. Also, a sponsor of Greek's Gridiron. We're there in the Penthouse every other Friday during football season. Strike Cigar Lounge, my number one recommendation, to have a cigar with a friend and just relax and enjoy South Florida. Puff, puff, baby. Peace.
Hi there. I'm Mia. I'm Air.
You're Air?
Yeah. I just got out of the lungs of someone smoking a cheap little cigar outside a bodega. Oh, it was so smoky in there. And where there's smoke, there's
fire.
Cancer.
Oh.
Yeah. Little cigars might taste sweet, but they still kill. I'm supposed to be helping people, not unhelping them.
You mean hurting?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I'm a bit of an airhead.
Little cigars are just as dangerous as regular cigarettes. Find out how to quit today at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
All right, South Florida, if you're wanting to sell your car, this is easy. Hey, it's Franny. Do you want the most for your used car? Of course you do. Do you want a hassle-free process? Yes. Do you want to work with America's best car buyer? I would say so. That's GimmeTheVin.com. GimmeTheVin.com will beat your written CarMax offer or write you a check for $100. It's that simple. Get an instant cash offer and the most money for your used car right now at GimmeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
In life, some days are good, and some could be better. The same is true for recovery. Both take work, both take adjustments. Finding your path is a key part of your journey, and then it's all about walking it every day. Embrace the good days, the not so good days, and the challenges, and acknowledge how you overcame them. Be open to every part of the journey and welcome it. It's unique, and it's all part of you. Find the path to recovery that works for you. Learn more at cdc.gov/stopoverdose.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients more offices, more lawyers, and recovering more than $20 billion. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, it's the Greek, and football's back. Watch parties, tailgate parties, people come over to the house to watch the game. Well, Tito's Vodka needs to be your quarterback. From the sidelines to the goal line, Tito's Vodka has you covered. This football season, make sure you have plenty of Tito's, and Tito's is on your roster. Pick up a bottle today and enjoy football season, baby. Go Tito's. And even if your team's losing, you're a winner because you got Tito's handmade vodka on your team. Peace.
Sweet chocolate reward. Sweet chocolate reward.
This is not just the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat at Walgreens. This is the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat right after receiving all their vaccines in one trip. This is the sound of treating yourself, because you protected yourself.
Stop by or schedule both your flu and COVID-19 vaccines today and grab yourself a sweet treat while you're at it. Vaccine subject to availability. State, age, and health-related restrictions may apply.
Point! Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations like One Hit Wonders.
This is the story of a
Just search One Hit Wonders and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy to mostly sunny as we move through the remainder of our Thursday. The hot one with temperatures near 90 degrees, feeling close to 100 with the humidity. A couple scattered showers and thunderstorms once again moving through the area. Starting inland and pushing east towards the coastline, likely lingering into the evening for us too, with a few scattered storms again for Friday.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Blindster is a family-run business that began in 2010, and we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters and received over 100,000 five-star reviews. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
When a hurricane hits, it's best to be prepared. Since 1996, StormSmart has installed over 100,000 protection and lifestyle products in Florida homes. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Fire up your DVR. It's time for your TV tip-off.
Monday the 23rd, after over a year away, Rob Lowe and Gina Torres return for a 5th season of 911 Lone Star at 8/7 Central on Fox. Wednesday the 25th, the One Chicago Trio is back with new season returns of Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, and Chicago PD, starting at 8/7 Central on NBC. Thursday the 26th, in between the returns of 911 and Grey's Anatomy, Joshua Jackson and Don Johnson star in the new medical drama Dr. Odyssey. The trio starts at 8/7 Central on ABC. Saturday the 28th, the comedy institution SNL returns for its historic 50th season at 11:30, 10:30 Central on NBC. Sunday the 29th, Animation Domination is back with the season 36 premiere of The Simpsons, followed by the debut of Universal Basic Guys and the returns of Bob's Burgers and Crepopolis. It all starts at 8/7 Central on Fox. I'm Lex Hohen, and that's your TV tip-off on iHeartRadio.
Listening to the Penthouse Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is the Penthouse on a Thursday, getting ready for another weekend of football. We're going to kick it off tomorrow at the Crazy Horse Saloon, and you guys are always welcome to stop by and have a good time and lunch, maybe some Tito's. Have yourself a good time. You'll love the food. Play Greek Gridiron. If you beat me, you get a $125 gift card to New York Prime, and then you go into the grand prize big rally box, and man, there are some big prizes. 3 nights at the Hard Rock Hotel, $200 gift card to Council Oak, a box of Vega Fina cigars, and a golf cart. That is baller status. We'll get into all that tomorrow on the road. Dominic's here.
Hey, Greek, and hey, Franny.
And now we're going to get into some fun facts, and then after that, we'll get to Stephanie about their big run they're having this weekend.
There we go.
Fun facts.
All right, so I can't believe I did not remember it was Talk Like a Pirate Day today. Did you guys know that? Yep, so if you want to come in, my pirate ain't that good, but if you want to talk like a pirate, you can call us in and do so. It's Talk Like a Pirate Day, and it's also National Meow Like a Pirate Day.
Wow.
Yeah, who comes up with these days?
When somebody says meow to me, I usually know it's going to cost me $2,000.
So
meow.
We are going into some interesting facts about pirates. The golden age of piracy, this period roughly between the 1650s and 1730s, was when piracy flourished. They said particularly in the Caribbean, the American coastlines, and West Africa. There is a pirate code. Pirates often follow a strict code of conduct. The pirate code outlined rules like how plunder should be divided, compensation for injuries, and expectations for behavior on the pirate ship.
Okay.
The Blackbeard's fear factor, one of the most notorious pirates, was Blackbeard. Real name, Edward Teach, which doesn't sound as scary
Yeah.
as Blackbeard.
I think that was a good change.
Edward Teach does not sound as scary, but would weave lit fuses into his beard to appear more terrifying during battles. So when people would see that like coming through, they would look and it looked like his face was on fire, and they would just like, oh my God. So isn't that crazy? I don't know how, and I have heard about
Maybe
this.
with fireworks.
But how the lit fuses, how did his whole beard not just go up in flames?
I don't know.
I don't
worked.
either.
People were afraid of him.
Questions, so many.
I mean, good thing he changed his name, though.
From Edward Teach to Blackbeard?
That's like a wise guy being
Yeah.
named Fred.
Yeah.
You're like, who?
The Jolly Roger, pirates' iconic black flag. The Jolly Roger usually features the skull and crossbones. Did you know it was called the Jolly Roger?
No.
Man? Which is, right, another weird name for skull and crossbones.
There was a hotel called the Jolly Roger.
The flag was meant to intimidate, signaling that surrender was the only way to avoid being killed.
Ooh.
Women pirates. While piracy was predominantly male, there were famous female pirates such as Anne Bonny and Mary Read, who disguised themselves as men so they could join on to the pirate cruise.
Sounds like a strip club at Fort Lauderdale.
What? Why?
Disguise themselves as men, but they're really women, and they,
Still don't get it.
Don't worry about it.
Never been there, great Kevin.
Still don't know what you're talking about. But surprisingly, pirate ships often operated democratically. Captains were elected, and major decisions like where to sail next or how to divide the loot were voted on by the crew.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Pirates and parrots. While the image of pirate with a parrot is iconic, it's based on truth. Pirates often kept exotic pets like parrots, which they traded for profit in ports.
Oh.
A few more here. We got the pirates' eye patches. A common belief is that pirates wore eye patches to cover a missing eye. However, many historians suggest that some pirates may have worn them to keep one eye adjusted to the dark for quick transitions from bright decks to dimly lit ship interiors. Almost messed up that ship part.
Oh, yeah. I was like, oh, here we go.
Lit ship. Buried treasure, contrary to popular belief. Most pirates didn't bury their treasure. They preferred spending it quickly on luxuries like food, drink, and women.
Nice. Let's go. Be a pirate.
You would have done great during that pirate time. And finally here, pirate punishments. Discipline on pirate ships could be brutal. We know walking the plank, right?
Oh, yeah, walk the plank.
They said, but it's largely a myth. But pirates would use other harsh punishments, like marooning a crew member on just a deserted island by there you go. Peace out.
Tom Hanks.
Good luck.
Wilson.
Or flogging. Yeah. And I know some people enjoy that in the bedroom too. But there you go for your Talk Like a Pirate Day fun facts.
The person that's done the most for pirates is definitely Johnny Depp. No doubt about
Pirates of the Caribbean.
it. Yeah, anytime you think of a pirate, that's the first thing that comes to your mind.
And you know who he said that he studied for that?
Keith Richards?
I thought it was Mick Jagger. Was it Keith Richards?
I thought so because he put Keith Richards in the movie.
Maybe you're right. I knew it was one of them.
I think it was Keith Richards.
Okay, you could be right.
Yeah, and then that's why he ended up putting in one of them. He just put him in, and he was like, that's who he got like the whole thing from.
Yeah, you could
Persona.
be right. I knew it was one of the Stones. For some reason, I thought it was Mick, but you probably are right.
It wasn't Luther Campbell.
Uncle Luke.
Uncle Luke. Are we ready, Dom?
We are.
And who do we have on hold?
We have your friend Stephanie.
Stephanie.
And Mike.
Hey, Mike. What's up, Stephanie?
What?
What's up?
Hi, how are you?
We're good, Stephanie. How are you? You staying out of trouble?
I
No,
try all
she's
the time,
not.
Greek, but no promises.
No promises?
She's not staying out of trouble.
Oh, I know her a long time. She tends to get in trouble sometimes, but she gets right out of it.
I was going to say, she does such good work that she has to get in trouble to balance it out.
Yes.
Her life.
Hey, well, you know what? I will absolutely be staying out of trouble on this Sunday because we have our 9th annual Devil Dog 5K and 10K in Boca.
That is awesome that you guys do all these events. We're always excited. Our audience likes to come out there and represent. And I think it's great what you do for everybody. And again, it should be blown up all over the place. But give people some more information about it. How can they get involved? What is really going on? How long it's going to be going on Sunday?
Well, before we do that, I just want to thank you and your audience real quick about the Bonita Blast tournament that we had. We had 98 boats.
Wow.
Went out there and supported us. We took out 77 veterans, disabled and wounded veterans out on these boats.
Wow.
So that was awesome to all the boat owners and the captains that took all these vets out. And we raised a little over $86,000.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
Awesome.
That is great. Man, that's crushing it. Way to be. Was Johnny Depp there?
Yeah.
Was he one of the pirates? Did he stop by?
We had a lot of captains, a lot of pirates out there.
So what's going on Sunday? What time does it start? And what happens actually during the event?
So the Devil Dog
Okay,
5K, it's going to start at 7:30.
Okay.
Actually, our organizer, Wade Waddick, he is an extraordinary guy. Go check him out on his Facebook. He can tell, he's just on top of his game. Again, we've been doing this for 9 years, and we're hoping to get 900 runners to commemorate 9 years. We're already over 800.
Wow.
So still, you can sign up all the way to race day, which is great. He's actually the owner of Evolution Fitness in Boca Raton, where you can come pick up your race packets. But, he'll be there on run day 2. Again, Devil Dog, it's the nickname given in World War I to the Marines, but this is for all veterans. This is for everyone in the community. We even added a 1 mile fun walk this year, so it's not timed. You can just come, sign up for that. You can hit us up on wvrs.org, and you can get the event from there, or if you come check out our Facebook page, there's some links there too. We really have something for everyone. If you don't want to do the 5K or the 10K, you can do my personal favorite, which is the I Hate Running option.
That's great.
I see that right now. Yep.
Yeah, so it's $35. You hate running. You can still come hang out with me. I'm going to be holding it down at the table. A lot of our team is actually going to be running this year. I have some coworkers from my work that's going to come out. My personal favorite is the I Really Hate Running option. Throw me $100, you ain't got to run. Just
Wow. That should be big, that event.
Greek, you going to sign up for the I Really Hate Running?
Oh, sure. You know I love giving you money. No problem. I was at this event last year.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
You were. You brought coffee.
Yeah, I was at this event last year. It was a great event. I was so impressed with how many people were there. I mean, when I pulled up, my God, there was hundreds of people there. It was great. And you guys do a fantastic job.
Yeah, we've got a lot of veterans out there.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
Yeah, we got a lot of veterans out there. We got the Marine Corps Junior ROTC out there as well doing the color guard. We got some awesome vehicles. We'll have the Army out there as well. Like the Marines and the Army, they do get along sometimes, but we definitely get along for this event, and it's going to be great. A lot of veterans out there, so yeah, come out and show your support. Love to see you out there again. It's just a great time. And if you can't do the walk, you can't do the run, please donate because we're actually meeting our budget every single month that goes out to both the homelessness support and also the critical dental assistance program within hours of the first day of the month, every single month. So we have a lot of veterans, a lot of need out there. So come out there and show your support. That'd be great. Or make a donation online.
Yeah, and like you said, you're trying to reach 900. Let's get this done. Registration is still open, and I see the first 1,000 that are registered are guaranteed a T-shirt. Plus, you get to do really cool stuff for first place overall male and female. Win a free pair of shoes from Fleet Feet, Delray Beach, plus some cool swag. And of course, you're doing this for the Wounded Veterans Relief Fund.
Yeah, you guys do a fantastic job. Can't thank you enough what you do for the veterans and for the community. And it's just unbelievable support. You already have over 800 runners. That is fantastic.
Yes, let's get to 900 people.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but with your help, we probably will.
Well, you guys got to call us next week and tell us if you reach 900. But again, this is a great event. We'll mention it again tomorrow on Real Radio for you guys. And make sure everybody gets out and supports for the veterans, the men and women who've done such a fantastic job for us. Remember that. Because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah, and once again, Stephanie, what's the website? Where can they register?
So our website is wvrf.org, and then you can go to our events tab, and that'll take you to the actual runsignup.com link. You can see us on our Facebook or our Instagram, WV Relief Fund, and that will take you to the links as well. But yeah, thank you guys so much because year after year, you guys have helped us get the word out. And again, I tell you, I love meeting, your listeners that come out to our events and say, I didn't know about this. I heard about you online, or I heard about you on the radio. And, it's a big impact. So we thank you very much for supporting us.
Anytime. I've always told you we're here to help you and the veterans and the community. You're always welcome. You guys just call us, and we're here to help. We want to support, and we think it's a great thing you do. Taking your own time, you guys do such a great job, too, and don't get enough credit, and help everybody. So that's nice. Somebody has to put all these great events together, and you do a fantastic job.
Can I say one more thing?
Thank you.
You can. We're charging you, but go ahead.
Go ahead, Mike.
Okay. We have a junior ROTC cadet who has his own little cookie-making company called Cadet Cookies. So he's actually going to be there and with his cookies. So please stop by Cadet Cookies at the Devil Dog 5K. Awesome cookies, chocolate chip and oatmeal raisin.
All right, awesome. Who doesn't like a cookie?
That's where Greek will be. He loves cookies.
Yeah, I love cookies.
Yep.
And he raises funds for veterans.
Oh, nice.
This young kid, right? So
that sounds fantastic. What a great job he's doing. So you guys are welcome to call us next week again. We want to know the results, how you did. I'm betting, and it's unusual for me to bet, but I am betting that you guys will go over 900.
Awesome. I think so, too.
Well, thank you so much. Again, we'll mention this tomorrow on Penthouse and let people know, again, more information and the website.
Best of luck, you guys.
Yeah, best of luck, and you guys have a great day.
You.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Have
You
a good
too.
one.
Be good.
Bye.
Again, that is going to be Sunday. I was at this event last year. It was a great event. When I pulled up, I was like, oh, my God. Thousands of people. I was like shocked. I was, my God, it was packed. And all the kids and everything going on.
And cookies.
Cookies. Yeah, there was
Right?
great. There was great food.
You can do the one where you really, really, really hate running and
For $100
just go there, $100 and eat some cookies. Why not? 47142 started off with Real Radio. Yes, I probably said it. A bunch of people go, Franny, did you say butt pirates? And somebody goes, haha, Franny said butt pirates. So yes, I probably did. I don't know what comes out of my mouth at the time.
Yeah.
And probably I said butt pirates. Says my favorite pirate is One-Eyed Willie from the Goonies. Ironically, that's also the nickname for my junk. Thank you for letting us know that.
Oh, it's important. I'll bring that up this weekend.
And then Steve of Boca, not Steve in Boca, says, whatever happened to Nutter? Well, Nutter, same thing when...
Still with the company.
He's every now and then he helps out, but he's doing other things.
Yep. I talked to Nutter last night. He's doing very, very good. And you might hear him in the future. But again, people go different ways, but they still stay with the company, which is a tribute to them and to iHeart that things didn't end bad. And when you leave, if I could give you any advice, besides tonight, betting Hall over and receiving yards over 30, you don't want to burn a bridge. You just don't know in life where things are going to happen and if you need something. And, I know a lot of people when they quit, they want to be like, screw you, I'm out of here. But it's not worth it. It really isn't. Because people remember that. They always do. And you never know when you need a job or something like that. And we know somebody recently who just got a job in radio. And it was through a connection where she knew somebody. And you just don't know. Doors open every day. But if you leave someplace bad, they're going to remember that all the time. And that's not a good thing. So your reputation is a big thing in your life. And like I said, Jimmy's still with iHeart. Nutter's still with iHeart. And so, again, you might hear Nutter on here and there. I did talk to him last night. He sounded exactly the same. It's Nutter. He's so funny. He goes, "Hey, G-Man." "Hey, Nutter." But, yeah, I think it's a good thing when you could leave on a nice level.
Yes. And so speaking of workplace, this one is your workplace, maybe your home. And I love this. People were talking about what they do when they're remote workers all day besides actual work. Like, what are they doing besides?
Must be nice.
Right.
Two of my friends are great golfers now since COVID.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they worked on their putting. They said before that they sucked, but they used to be home putting all day.
Well, good for them.
Yeah.
But this is a survey that was done, and I love it. And what are things going on at home? Probably besides sleeping and drinking. And I'm just curious, if you're a remote worker, do you do some of these things? So basically how this breaks down, without colleagues nearby to gossip, wasting time on a long commute, remote hybrid workers must be a lot more productive, right? But they say, well, it may be true for some. All of them aren't really using their time for work. And a new survey offers insights in what remote workers really do all day long besides actually working. So SurveyMonkey is a website. They polled more than 3,000 full-time employees who are still remote. But they said that remote workers are flexible with their tech, as 76% use their personal devices for work-related tasks. And these are just some of the stats they broke down, not exactly what they're doing. But when it comes to what they're doing at home, they say nearly half of them admit to multitasking during work, not surprised, by doing household chores. Like they said, like laundry, unloading the dishwasher, all during work hours. They also say here that a third of them reveal that they take quiet vacations.
Quiet vacations?
Yes. Which means, that's a term that was used, which means that they're completing work while traveling without officially telling their employer they're taking a vacation.
Oh, that's sneaky.
Uh-huh.
That's not nice. I'm going to fire them, dog.
But they're still getting their work done.
That doesn't matter.
If it's remote work, doesn't matter where you're remotely working from.
Yeah, it does. You should be in your house.
I think that happens here.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I better not find out. They're blown out.
What are you going to do?
Blow them out.
I thought you weren't the boss.
I'm still blow them out. I still got juice. I mean, a lot's going to happen this weekend. I'm in Jersey.
If the work is getting done and it's remote, why does it matter where it's coming from?
To me, you're supposed to be working at your house. That's the agreement.
Is that the rules there? Because you're not in the office.
The rule is when you're not working, you're working at home. If you're in Mexico, tell me.
Yeah.
I don't want somebody who lies to me. I can't have that. God.
Says.
Pot. How long are we working together?
I'm just going to call you Pot.
My rules are different than everybody else's.
Black?
Come on.
They said some people, which not shocked, even sleeping on the job. 1 in 5 admit to taking multiple naps during the workday.
That's all right.
See, that's okay, but getting your work done on your vacation's not. Some remote workers have worked from another location, not just vacation, while telling anybody.
Well, if you're like, say you went to your mom's house or your girl's house and you were still working, I don't think there's anything wrong with
What's
that.
the difference between, you said you had to be at your house, so what's the difference at being somebody else's house and being in a hotel?
I'll let you do that, but you're not going on vacation. Because if you're going on vacation, you got vacation days and you're screwing the company. Then go put your vacation days in. I mean, you're taking it. First of all, if you're working at home, I'm sorry, you're taking advantage of the system. Well, COVID's over.
But that's not taking advantage of the system if your company still doesn't have in-office work.
Yeah, well, they should. Everybody should be back at work. Let's go.
And
no Monday after Super Bowl off. Look at Dominic.
Say majority of people catching up on their favorite TV shows. A lot are still playing video games while on the clock.
Golfing.
Yep.
They are pool time.
See, this is interesting. During work calls, they say that the people have been on the toilet during work calls, have scrolled through social media, and gone online shopping. Hey, guess what? They're doing that at the office, too.
Yeah.
So I'm not, that to me isn't a big deal. But they say it's not just low-level employees who are slacking. More than half of managers.
Of course!
Why are you
They don't do jack all day.
A multitask on work calls, browsing social media during a video or conference call. They've admitted your boss has.
Of course.
Uh-huh.
They ain't bringing any money in. Mess it up.
God, I didn't know this conversation was going to get you so upset.
So personal.
I
The
know,
Greek.
jeez. I'm sorry I brought it up.
No way.
Sorry,
I love you. You
brought
can
it
do whatever you
up.
want. I'm just saying, if you're going on vacation, then you tell your boss your company to go on vacation. You don't go on vacation and duke them and not use your vacation days and say you're working. That's just my opinion. If I was the CEO and I found that out, you get terminated. Sorry.
All right. Well, I'd probably get terminated because scam the system, dude. If you're a remote worker and that work is getting done and it's getting done well, then I say do it wherever you want.
All right. Well, we could disagree.
Okay.
Okay. There's no problem.
Which happens a lot.
Tom's getting nervous. Are mom and dad fighting?
Get used to it.
Get used to it.
He does.
We fight all the time.
47142. Hey, G, I spoke with to Nutter last night also. The difference is my conversation was telling him not to pass out drunk before I get back home with his wife. It's from Steve in Boca.
So brutal.
It's from Steve in Boca, not Steve of Boca. Got to know the difference here.
Okay, we got to know the
Yes,
difference.
in Boca is the one, that's Nutters. Fling.
Fling.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. 877-927-6969. Let's ask Dominic, do you think it's okay, and you don't have to lean toward Franny because I know you're a little afraid of her, if you are on vacation and you don't tell your boss and you tell him you're working?
Hey, is the job getting done?
Yeah.
So then that's what matters.
Okay, so you think it's all right to be
It's
a
okay.
conniver and a liar, too?
Yeah, yeah.
But you're also. That's
he can speak for himself.
I know, but in this situation, you also are taking part of your vacation time to make sure the job is done too.
But you're not being honest. You're not taking a vacation
Since when
day.
did you care about honesty?
Huh, we're not talking about Greek.
Mr. taking a sick day, and then you come on the radio and be like, I was hanging out with my boys until I was like, I thought you were sick.
It's my sick day. I can do whatever I want.
Exactly. So,
But I got charged for my sick day. That's what people are not doing.
But you're talking about lying when you're like, I don't feel good. Is what you text.
I didn't feel good in the morning.
In the morning.
And then I got a lap dance.
And then you forget. And you go on air telling how you were out with your
I
boys.
knew what I was doing. That's not lying. I'm still being charged for my sick day.
Okay.
If you're not being charged, you're busting the system.
So I'm sorry, Dom, to interrupt. But yes, overall, what do you think?
If it's remote work and you're supposed to be remote doesn't require you to be home.
Okay.
Ding, ding.
All right.
Ding.
Again, nobody's right or wrong. These are just opinions.
Get back in the office.
Yeah. Get back in the office, you slackers. You little kitty ass bitches. It is the Greek, Francis, and Dominic filling in and fitting in. Filling in. You like that?
Well,
Could be a boomer.
it's not even fill it in. He's in.
We don't know. It keeps going on your side.
He's in.
How's that meeting going back there? I don't know. I might not be.
You're in. You're in. We always want your opinion. And again, it's just like sports talk or any conversation. If two people don't agree on something, nobody's right or wrong. It's just an opinion, and that's what makes great communication. And that's why Francis and I have such a great relationship.
We do. We communicate so well.
Oh, we're awesome. It is the Penthouse. We'll be back. Peace.
Real radio is the news junkie.
We had a woman who freaked out in South Africa, took off her thong and put it on her face. It was very impressive. I've never seen a human being take a thong off so fast. I have.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
We're just hours away from our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
The biggest headliners in live music will be taking over T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas.
Plus, some special surprises and moments you are not going to want to miss.
Stream only on Hulu. Tomorrow and Saturday, starting at 10:30 p.m.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of the 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Watch for a serious crash in Boca Raton, Power Line Road at Boca Point Drive. An earlier crash, South Lake Avenue at Park Place. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm Traffic. I'm Ron Hurst.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, every day is game day. Get an expert oil change from our team in about 15 minutes. We're quick, but never rushed.
Drive into any of our locations today. No appointment needed. Visit VIOC.com for up to $15 off your next oil change.
Mommy, want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with DayQuil VapoCool. It's DayQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is DayQuil VapoCool.
DayQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach, 7 days a week. That's where the beautiful ladies are. Open to 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. And Sunday night is Midnight Madness. Every Sunday from 12 to 2. In the biz, 50% off drinks. Step right up, spin a wheel of madness, win amazing prizes. Sunday night at Monroe's. Get you ready for the week. Monroe's and Palm Beach. That's where all the sexy, beautiful ladies are. Peace!
In life, some days are good, and some could be better. The same is true for recovery. Both take work, both take adjustments. Finding your path is a key part of your journey, and then it's all about walking it every day. Embrace the good days, the not so good days, and the challenges, and acknowledge how you overcame them. Be open to every part of the journey and welcome it. It's unique, and it's all part of you. Find the path to recovery that works for you. Learn more at cdc.gov/stopoverdose.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? Hi, this is Dr. Adam Zuckerman with Coastal Weight Loss Secret, and I know the secret. Our unique weight loss program makes it easy to lose weight, get healthy, and get your energy back naturally, safely, and effectively. If you'd like to lose unhealthy fat without counting points or calories, no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no HCG, no injections, no drugs or surgery, call my office now at 561-464-3110 to schedule your free consultation.
Hey, it's the Greek for Coastal Weight Loss Secret. When you look good and feel good, it makes a difference in your life. You'll feel 100% better. Call them today at 561-464-3110. You're going to love it, and you're going to feel great. Coastal Weight Loss Secret. Peace.
Many patients lose 20 or 30 pounds in about a month or two. For your free private weight loss consultation, call 561-464-3110. That's 561-464-3110. Or online at coastalweightlossecret.com.
Results may vary.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach. High five. Up top. Heck yeah.
Dave's company just got the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business.
Yeah, 5 years.
It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
High five for gig speed.
5 years of advanced security.
Security win.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Our rate ain't changing.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
There it is.
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Woohoo!
Now he's got savings.
I'm so excited.
Yep, Dave's feeling it. But it's only for a limited time, so don't wait. Switch today and ask how to get the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Powering 5 years of savings. Powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping. Woo!
Ends 9/22/24. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Sweet chocolate reward. Sweet chocolate reward.
This is not just the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat at Walgreens. This is the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat right after receiving all their vaccines in one trip. This is the sound of treating yourself, because you protected yourself.
Stop by or schedule both your flu and COVID-19 vaccines today and grab yourself a sweet treat while you're at it. Vaccine subject to availability. State, age, and health-related restrictions may apply.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. Call 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
Point.
Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down.
Ace.
You're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
You hear more and more about identity theft in the news every day. That's because so much of your personal info is out of your control, like your insurance provider that has your social security number and your favorite retailer that has your payment details. If they get breached, your information's vulnerable. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code PLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America N.A. Copyright 2024.
Injured? Call Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather at 500-HELP. HELP is just a local phone call away.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy to mostly sunny as we move through the remainder of our Thursday. It's a hot one with temperatures near 90 degrees, feeling close to 100 with the humidity. A couple scattered showers and thunderstorms once again move through the area. Starting inland and pushing east towards the coastline, likely lingering into the evening for us too, with a few scattered storms again for Friday.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Time with family, laughs with friends, and cash back. Discover's got you covered on the last one. That's because Discover doubles all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cash Back Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like One Hit Wonders Radio. The greatest one-hit wonders of all time. Ones you definitely remember.
I smell sex and candy.
And ones that'll make you say, oh yeah. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search One Hit Wonders, and listen now, commercial-free. Free never sounded so good.
News Junkie is sponsored by FAMU's Mary. Educate, learn, talk.
Greek Trifecta is sponsored by Jason Weiser, attorney at law.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. Listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is the Penthouse on a Thursday. Thanks for tuning in. Always appreciate you guys listening. Don't forget, tomorrow, Francis and I will be at the Crazy Horse Saloon on North Lake. Stop by for a great lunch and the Tito's. You guys will have a great time and enjoy yourself. And you'll kick off your weekend on a perfect note. The Crazy Horse Saloon, Greek Gridiron, tomorrow live. Dominic's in the house.
Hey, Franny.
Hi, Dom.
Keep kissing her ass. Keep kissing her ass. You know what? I would too. So, you know what? That's what life's about. Let's do a trifecta.
Riders up. It's
All right, the Yanks won last night, baby, and they're back in the playoffs for the 59th time. They qualified 2-1, and the Red Sox are out. So it's a good day, no matter what. Buy somebody a lap dance on me. Also, the Mets won, and they are doing very well, too. And hats off to Anthony, our caller, who told us to bet the over last night in the Marlin game, and it went over. Dodgers won 8-4. Ohtani stole another base. He's on the verge of going 50-50 with 10 games left, which is amazing. Patriots and Jets tonight. Aaron Rodgers is going back to Met Stadium. This is where it happened last year about this time, where he stepped onto the field, came out with the flag. It was unbelievable hype, and all of a sudden, he blew out his Achilles. So hopefully tonight it's a better situation for him. He has a good game. The Jets do good. The Jets win. Hopefully he finds MetLife to be Mr. Rogers' new neighborhood. That's what we're hoping for. I gave you a prop bet, Hall over receiving yards 30.5. Bet that sooner than later because it's going to go up. And if this wins, thank me. If it doesn't win, burn the tape.
What do you think of receptions?
Yeah, I know you said, Dom, you like receptions. I think that's good, too. It pretty much correlates with it.
Yeah, 4.5. So
Yeah, I think that's good. And I know you younger guys, you love those prop bets. All my buddies' sons, they all love prop bets when we're out there. Come up, what does Hero got? What does Mahomes got passing? Like, nobody asks me about the game, and I just find it so odd. Again, different generation, different times. And also, you want to win money. And a lot of times with those bets, you don't have to sweat out the whole game. Like, you can win the first quarter or second quarter. You win your bet, and then you could bet again or just go below the money. So it's different. Mahomes is playing Francis's team. Francis does have a piece of the Atlanta Falcons. She doesn't like to tell management, but she does. And he's playing him on the road. 50 times he's been on the road. His record is 37 wins and 13 losses, the best winning percentage ever. And the other two, you can figure out, Brady and Joe Montana. They're playing the Falcons. That's going to be a very good game, very exciting game. And we'll see what happens in a lot of other games, too. Ravens 0-2 playing Dallas. Man, you want to talk about your back against the wall. Your odds drop so much in the NFL if you go 0-3 to make the playoffs. So we'll see what happens. Another tidbit tonight with the Jets. The over-under is 38. And when you first look at 38, we'll talk about this on the Greek Zone, you say, oh, my God. This is candy. Well, it might not be. Because the last 14 games the Jets have played against the Patriots has gone under. 10 out of 14. It's ironic enough, a girl told me this morning at Dunkin' Donuts. I was on the phone. I had to stop because there was an accident. And I stopped and this girl was talking and she heard me on the phone, one of my friends. She goes, the under usually comes out like 10 out of 14 games. And I'm like, really? And it's, it's odd to hear a girl say that to you. And I was like, okay, thank you. I appreciate that. She goes, no, it just sounds like, you talk about sports betting. She goes, and I bet. And I was like, wow. And she was very easy on the eyes, too. And let me say this. She was blonde. I was very, very surprised. I said to her, I'm very surprised you got my attention, but you got a great ass. Wow. And Dunkin' Donuts, always on the run. And that is your Greeks trifecta, always sponsored by Pollard Coffee Bar and iced tea drinks. Peace. Franny, we were talking about a lot of different things on the table today. Is first date, should it be Dutch? If you guys have an opinion on that. Also, I got a lot of text messages about working. If you're working, at home, is it okay if you're on vacation and you screw your company and you don't tell them you're on vacation?
I don't know if it's screwing the company if you're working, but you let us know your thoughts on those. You can always do it. Right now, the easiest way to do is 47142. That's our text line. Started off with Real Radio. I do have an email. Hopefully it works. Franny@realradio921.com. That's FRNNY. At realradio921.com. If that is your preferred method, we will have our talkback feature coming back very soon. And then, of course, we have that toll-free number, 877-927-6969. Now, we keep on hearing about all of these crazy things that happen on flights.
Yeah.
And this one is horrific.
Really?
I don't know if you heard about this, but between the fighting and even people who have soiled themselves and they had to turn around the flights. And stuff. You never,
God!
No,
I had a guy get kicked off my flight on the way back from Vegas.
For what?
He was too drunk.
Oh, wow.
Way too drunk.
Yeah, they've said that.
Guy was stumbling out of the plane.
He wasn't a pilot, was he?
No.
Well, that's happened too. But all kinds of crazy stuff. But this is, oh my God. I mean, it sounds like something straight out of a horror movie. So Delta Airlines flight this past Sunday, Salt Lake City to Portland, Oregon, immediately returned to Salt Lake City when the flight crew realized that the Boeing 737, shocker, another Boeing issue, was suffering cabin pressurization issues. The 140 passengers on board were met with paramedics at the gate when the plane landed. They said at least 10 people were either evaluated or treated for ruptured eardrums and a bloody nose.
Oh, God.
It seemed like a typical service until the aircraft rose above that 10,000 feet. That's when it became apparent that the cabin wasn't pressurizing for the higher altitude. So literally, eardrums were combusting.
Oh,
I won't say combusting, but they were rupturing.
That's terrible.
Is that not insane? They said that when it became apparent that the cabin wasn't pressurizing for the higher altitude, that's when everybody was like, oh my God, what's going on? And they said the oxygen mask didn't fall either, because you would think at the time something like that it would from the overheads, that it would in an emergency like that. But a passenger described the experience too. She's like, it felt like somebody was stabbing me in my ear.
Oh.
She felt her ear pop from the pressure, because you even know how your ear pops when you get up there. But imagine, bad. She said it felt like, that. She's like, then bubble. The pilots declared an emergency to air traffic control descending to 10,000 feet before returning. The plane was only in the air for roughly 40 minutes before that happened.
Can you sue?
I would say so, right?
For damages, and obviously if you have any injuries, you could take it up to the airlines and sue them.
And some people did. Ruptured eardrums. I mean,
bloody.
Yeah, a bloody nose.
You could be like, I can never fly again because I have a phobia now. Every time I see Boeing, I get scared. I can't go trick-or-treating. I mean, you can go really deep.
I love how Delta offered to cover transportation for the customers to medical facilities. Oh, really?
Thank you.
Thank you for taking me to medical facilities.
Hey, thanks for the ride.
For something, yeah.
I can't hear the rest of my life, but I really appreciate it. Hey, we got you an Uber. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So the plane was taken out of service.
Thank God.
But then went back into service the next day. Tell me what that plane number is. I don't know.
Yeah.
The very next day went back into service.
Man, it's so scary, all
It
this
is.
stuff.
They're saying it's unclear precisely why the cabin pressurization issue happened. So if it's unclear why it happened, how are we okay to put it back out there? And
Get him, Franny.
This is according to FAA. They're still investigating the incident. So they're investigating the incident, but the plane is running again the very next day.
That's like in the morning they call up. They go,
I don't like it.
We need an extra flight to L.A. All right, I got that plane that everything went bad yesterday with the eardrums. All right, just put it in the rotation. Nobody will figure it out. All right, cool. That's crazy.
Yeah, I love. They're like, not many things are complimentary with airlines these days. Rideshare to the hospital, thankfully, was in this case.
That's so nice. Mention that announcement. All right, attention, please. If you just had your eardrum bust, we're going to give you a ride on us. Don't thank us. We're just doing what we have to do.
I can't imagine. Like some people said, like they saw somebody like blood coming out of their ear. Like yep. All right, enjoy your lunch.
Yeah, Franny.
So we do have a contest coming your way, and that is, you know what? We'll start 30 seconds early. Why not? 877-927-6969 is the number you're going to call. Dom is going to answer the phone, and the reason why is because you want to go see the Deftones.
Yeah!
They're going to be here with special guests, the Mars Volta, at Amerant Bank Arena. That is a Saturday night show. It's not until March, but we do have the tickets. This is a before you can buy them situation because tickets do not go on sale until Friday, tomorrow at 10 a.m., So if you want to go see the Deftones, 877-927-6969. We're going to play Who's Most Likely To. That's where I give you a scenario, and you decide who's most likely to. Eventually, we'll get Dom in the mix, but until you get to know him, we'll just do Greek or me, Franny, and you pick, fill in the blank. And we'll even have Dom play along with us. He votes for one of us, too.
Yeah,
so it's not like me and you are pointing at each other.
No, we don't want to point at each other.
No, pointing's rude. So we'll place our vote silently here in the Penthouse. I give you a scenario. And then it's either going to be Greek or Franny. You get it right, and you get these tickets to go see the Deftones happening March 22nd to Amerant Bank Arena.
Yeah, it'd be a scenario like who would say they're working at home but really be on vacation.
Yeah.
That
would definitely be me.
And screw the company. That's Franny.
Yeah.
You know, who would come in on his day off and work hard, slaving,
Definitely
sweat for...
not Greek.
Tomorrow, the Crazy Horse. Don't forget about it on North Lake. It is Greek on week 3. So far, I'm undefeated, but that doesn't mean anything. You could be the guy or girl who takes me down. And the brand prize is awesome. It's 3 nights at Hard Rock Casino and a $200 gift card to Council Oak and a box of Vega Fino cigars and a golf cart that you'll be the baller. The big prize is sponsored by ETA Jets. My good friends, if you're going to fly private and you want to be in the sky and feel like a kingpin, that's who you call, ETA Jets. They'll make it happen for you and make you feel like a baller. That is tomorrow at the Rockin' Horse Saloon on North Lake from 10 to 2. We will be there. Dominic, are we ready?
We are. We have Lena up first.
Hello, Lena.
Hey, how are you, Penthouse?
We're good. How are you?
Not too bad.
All right, good. Are you a fan of this group?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Well, Lena, let's get you to see the Deftones. It's a pretty simple game as long as you know Greek or myself, Franny, a little bit. I think you can get this right. So I'm going to ask you a question. It's who's most likely to. I'm going to fill in the blanks, and then you just got to say, you know what, that would totally go with G-Man or that would go with Franny. We're going to silently vote here in the Penthouse. In fact, Dom, I'm going to have you be part of the vote, too. So what we do, we just kind of point at each other so nobody can hear who we're voting for. And then, Lena, I will cue you up for your answer, okay?
All right, thanks.
All right. The question I'm going to go with is, out of Greek or myself, Franny, who is most likely to time travel and accidentally change history? Now, give us a moment. All right, we have our answer, Lena. Who do you think is most likely to time travel and accidentally change history?
I'm going to go with Greek.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yes.
You are correct, Lena. And
Yeah,
Dom
you
does
won.
our sound effects. Congrats, one and done, Lena.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
Good.
just stay on the line, and Dom will get all of your information, okay?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're
Penthouse.
so welcome. Thank you for listening.
Wonder what history I could change. I'm thinking about it.
Well, you're accidentally changing history. It's not even on purpose.
I love you.
Well, that was the question.
Maybe like the landing on the moon. I'd be like, nah, let's go to Vegas. Why we got to go to the moon? We'll change that. We can go to Vegas. We'll hang out, bet, get lap dances. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call if you want to get involved. Also, should first dates be Dutch automatically? What is your opinion on that? If you guys have an opinion on that, you can call us or text us at Real Radio 47142. That's just on the table. And do you think Tua is going to retire from the Dolphins? Another question people are asking everywhere in South Florida.
Really? I thought it was like a no. I thought he made it clear that he doesn't want to.
He said that, but now they're saying behind the scenes that he just had to say that because of the money and the monetarily things, and they're going to see what happens with the doctors when they sit down with him. Again, just a question that's out there, what a lot of people are asking. That's what people thought the first couple of days. Then he did say, no, I'm not retiring, but now some other people are saying he was saying that just for monetary reasons.
Okay.
Because if he retires, he doesn't, I think he gets $40 million. And if he goes to the doctors and they say he can't play again, then it's a different amount, a higher amount. But give us a call and let us know at 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. David Schimmer was with Schimmer, whatever his name was, from Friends.
Don't know who David Schimmer is.
You don't know who he is?
No.
You don't know Ross? He was dead.
Just kidding. Schwimmer.
Is it Schwimmer?
Yeah.
He should have changed my name. Anyway.
To Shimmer.
I think I would have been better on his American Express card. He was supposed to get the movie Men in Black, and he didn't. He turned it down, and he said it wasn't because of Friends. He just didn't do it. And he said that would have made him a big star, and it's one of his biggest regrets.
So was he supposed to play, I can't remember the name, but the character that Will Smith played?
I would assume so, because that's what I thought by reading
Okay.
the article, but I don't remember like exactly which one it was, either him or Tommy Lee. But he said it goes, I turned it down. It wasn't because of the schedule. I had time to do it. He goes, it was one of the biggest mistakes I made. He goes, and I could have been a full-blown movie star. Not that he did bad, and he still gets $20 million a year for royalties for Friends, so don't start a GoFundMe page for the guy. But he did talk about it. I always think it's interesting. I find it interesting when you hear things like people turn down movies and different things, and all of a sudden, went a different direction or it really blew up.
Well, so I read the article about this G-Man, and he said that he was directing a film at the time, and it was called Since You've Been Gone. And he said when he lined up to direct this film, that offer for him to star in Men in Black came around, and so he was left with that difficult decision, which, looking back.
Yeah.
And so, of course, history has already recorded his choice, which sucks because they said it was not the right decision. We know Men in Black huge.
Yeah.
And Since You've Been Gone ended up being downgraded from a theatrical release to a made-for-TV film that a few even remember or heard of, like myself. I've never heard of it before.
Either did I.
Yes. While Will Smith got the Men in Black job, and he was already a megastar, but that made him more of a star.
It happens to people all the time. I mean, you hear a lot of movies, big stars return. I mean, like pass on, men and women, they look back on it. And for us as viewers, you're like, well, that doesn't mean much to us because we see the person who did accept it, and that's what the role is in your, who you think. But yeah, he talks about it. But he's a guy, like I said, he made so much money with Friends, and he still gets $20 million a year. So I'm not feeling bad for him. Who do we got, Dom?
It's your best friend, Jorge.
Oh, nice. Jorge, what's up?
Not too much. How's everyone doing?
We're doing good today. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. Dominic sounds good, huh?
Yeah.
Thanks, bud.
Dominic he does sound good.
You're welcome.
He's a nice kid. He has a bright future. We don't know in what, but he does have a bright future. Probably UFC. Take over for Dana White.
That'd be cool.
There you go. Yeah, he'll fit right in. Yeah. Boy, have you heard the latest about your girl there? You're speaking about first dates going Dutch there. What about old Greta Thunberg there?
Who?
What did Greta do?
Girlfriend.
My girlfriend? I don't even know who the hell she is.
She's the activist. You know who she is.
Oh, the ones who says, I dare you?
Not I dare you. How dare you?
Oh, no wonder I always kept saying to her, dare me what? Dare me what? What'd she do now?
Oh, yeah. Well, as Paul Simon would call her, the roly-poly little bat-faced girl, but she didn't do anything with climate or anything this time. She got arrested protesting Israel.
Oh, yeah, I did not see that.
Did not see that.
Yeah. Greg, how do you think my Patriots are going to do against your Jets tonight?
You know, I think it's going to be an interesting game. I think the world's going to be on the Jets, and that scares me in isolated games. I don't think anybody's giving the Pats a shot, and they might surprise them. But I think the Jets, I think MetLife is going to be jacked up. Rodgers comes back a year later after where he got injured. Going to be interesting. You know, first time the coaches, for him. Mayo's on, national TV. First time, I think there'll be a little nerves there. But we'll see. It's a division game. You never know. I mean, I think the Jets cover. I don't know if them blowing them out, to be honest with you.
There you go. Well, Rodgers is a good quarterback. Could you imagine what he would do if he was in Miami with all the talent they have down there?
Yeah, I mean, again, I think the Dolphins are saying a lot of that. Different quarterbacks they talked about if they had this one or that one. But, there were some rumors the other day Cam Newton was in there, and they were talking about that. He was at their practice, but that's not going on. And you're going to always hear speculation and different things. But, Rodgers, to me, the first 2 weeks looked good. He didn't look great. I thought he looked good. He made some beautiful passes, and he hasn't played for a year. I mean, that's what people keep failing to realize. Like, he hasn't been on a field. And when you're that, at that level, NFL, which is the top, and you don't play for a year and change, there's going to be some rust.
Yeah, be a little rust, but it's like riding a bicycle there, buddy.
I mean, again, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know, but we'll see tonight. I think it's, obviously I'll be watching the game. It's not on Amazon, which is the only thing that sucks, but it is on Amazon.
There you go. Well, yeah, I look forward to watching it, too.
All right, well, give us a call tomorrow. We'll talk about the game, buddy.
I certainly will, my friend.
You have a great day. Always good talking to you. Yeah. It is the Penthouse on a Thursday. Dominic's in the house doing a bang-up job. First 3 hours, Franny, what would you give him from a 1 to 10? 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest.
I'm gonna give him a 10. He's killing it. He's killing
Woo!
it.
Wow, that's impressive. I'm gonna go with a 5.
I'm trying to keep him around.
All right, I'm gonna go to 5.
Oh, all right, that's not good.
It's not bad. I mean,
right.
because there's no growth with you. I mean, that's it. He's a 10. That's it. With me, tomorrow you're a 6. Monday you're a 7. Then you're an 8. Then you're a 9. Then you're a 10. You're like, wow, it gets you jacked up. I mean, if you look good every day, it gets a little boring. We have some Florida stories.
We do have Florida stories. I'll let you know. A very Florida burial ground that you can get buried in. I have details for that. Plus, we finally have details on who won that Burmese Python Challenge.
Oh.
Yep. How much did they win? Also, who got second place? I think this person should have got a little bit more, but we'll tell you about that. And I also have a story about a peeping Tom and what Dad did to him.
Ooh.
I have those details coming your way, and you're with the Florida on Real Radio 92.1.
Be like the smart kids, like the summa cum laude of your workplace.
What?
Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Watch for a serious crash in Boca Raton, Power Line Road at Boca Point Drive. An earlier crash at South Lake Avenue at Park Place. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm Traffic. I'm Ron Hersey.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A. Copyright 2024.
Hey, it's the Greek for Strike Cigar Lounge, Royal Palm Plaza, and Boca Raton. This is the place you'll love as soon as you walk in. Great humidor with great selections, a patio that's unbelievable to enjoy football and all sports, and live music on the weekends. It's Strike Cigar Lounge and Royal Palm Plaza. Also, a sponsor of Greek Gridiron. We're there in the Penthouse every other Friday during football season. Strike Cigar Lounge, my number one recommendation, to have a cigar with a friend and just relax and enjoy South Florida. Puff, puff, baby. Peace.
Want to introduce yourself? Yeah, I'm Owen. I'm a cigarette.
Do you like being a cigarette?
No, I don't. Not really into killing thousands of people. Sorry, no filter.
Right.
What's your sign?
Pisces?
I'm a Cancer. Cigarette joke. But seriously, I do cause cancer. And heart disease. And strokes. I could go on forever. Unlike the people who smoke me.
The average smoker lives 10 years less than non-smokers. Quit today. Find out how at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Hey, it's Greek. Tell you about my new favorite spot, Pollard Coffee Bar and Ice Treats. Pollard is an upscale, sophisticated coffee shop specializing in a wide range of coffee, beverages, and teas. Located in Deerfield Beach, proud sponsor 2024 Greek's Gridiron. Pollard Coffee, the way I start every day. Peace.
You know Diamonds Direct for their exquisite diamonds and fine jewelry. What about luxury watches? With a handpicked collection by the industry's top timepiece experts, skip the waiting list and get the timepiece you've been eyeing right away. And this month only, enjoy 0% interest for 5 years on all the top brands. Imagine owning a $15,000 luxury watch for just $250 a month. Spread your payments over 5 years with 0 interest on approved credit. Diamonds Direct, where you can shop direct for diamonds and watches.
Sweet chocolate reward. Sweet chocolate reward.
This is not just the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat at Walgreens. This is the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat right after receiving all their vaccines in one trip. This is the sound of treating yourself, because you protected yourself.
Stop by or schedule both your flu and COVID-19 vaccines today and grab yourself a sweet treat while you're at it. Vaccine subject to availability. State, age, and health-related restrictions may apply.
Point!
Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down.
Ace!
You're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com. Sweet chocolate reward. Sweet chocolate reward.
This is not just the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat at Walgreens. This is the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat right after receiving all their vaccines in one trip. This is the sound of treating yourself, because you protected yourself.
Stop by or schedule both your flu and COVID-19 vaccines today and grab yourself a sweet treat while you're at it. Vaccine subject to availability. State, age, and health-related restrictions may apply.
Point!
Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down.
Ace!
You're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
Real Radio weather.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center, have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy to mostly sunny as we move through the remainder of our Thursday. It's a hot one with temperatures near 90 degrees, feeling close to 100 with the humidity. A couple scattered showers and thunderstorms once again move through the area. Starting inland and pushing east towards the coastline, likely lingering into the evening for us too, with a few scattered storms again for Friday.
This report is sponsored by Assurance Power Systems. Hurricane season is here. Since 2005, Assurance Power Systems has installed thousands of Generac generators for customers across South Florida. Call today or visit them at assurancepower.com to learn more.
Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
You been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. You're listening to The Penthouse Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
If you want to see the way Dom looks, you can go to our website. Go to Real TV. He's pointing at you now. And he's in the studio doing a good job so far. Franny gave him a perfect 10 today, which is unbelievable. I gave him a 5 with room to grow, which is always a good thing. Because I think anything you do in life, you want to get better and better. Because if you're always great at it, it just gets a little boring. But we got a future with you. And remember, that is always sponsored by Jason Weiser, personal injury attorney. Dominic, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Greek and Franny.
Oh, so nice. Good afternoon, Francis.
What's going on?
And it's time for some Florida stories.
Florida.
Florida. Did you say Florida? I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Alrighty. Well, let's start with the world's first underwater cemetery. I mentioned this 11 o'clock hour, but pretty damn cool. It's called the Neptune Memorial Reef, and it's right in off the coast of Biscayne Bay. They say it's 40 feet underwater, Biscayne Bay, off the coast of Miami Beach. This is not only the world's first underwater cemetery, but it's also set to become the largest man-made reef on the planet. It's been around since 2007, and it's like the first time I've ever heard of it.
Yeah, I got questions.
But the reef has grown to encompass 1 acre so far, but they have plans to expand 16 acres and providing space for over 250,000 placements of human remains. Right now, there are 1,500 people who are laid to rest there, with thousands more who have already reserved their spots. Families can choose, as any burial, right? A bunch of options, variety, ranging from simple memorials to elaborate family groupings. Loved ones can visit the reef via scuba diving or by boat, making it a very unique and lasting memorial while also contributing to the local marine ecosystem, turn into fish food, and developed to resemble the mythical, which is super cool, lost city of Atlantis. So it provides an unusual way for individuals to memorialize their loved ones while helping the ocean and sea life. Next up in your What the Florida, we finally got some information about that Florida Python Challenge. The winner of the 2024, his name is Ronald Kiger. I believe I'm saying that right. So he nabbed that $10,000 grand prize by capturing 20 pythons over the span. That's a lot, right?
Yeah, 20?
Of the 10-day competition. In all, they say 195 members of the invasive species were captured during that Everglades event, which drew 857 participants from 33 states and even Canada. People came down for this, yes. They said this was a big one for him because Kiger actually finished second last year. So he got first place. A veteran python hunter, female, Donna Khalil, who is contracted with the South Florida Water Management District, was optimistic this year. But she got a pretty damn good amount. She got 19, just one less than the winner.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Uh-huh. And that's the thing. So he got 20 and the grand prize is 10,000 and she took home 2,500. I think a little bit more, right? Give her 5.
Wow.
From 10,000 to 25 and he got 20, she got 19. No, but either way, good for them. And I know that we do this for our ecosystem as well, too.
That's amazing what they do.
But I have a feeling like 195 is just like scratching the surface. I mean, it's bare. I don't know how many pythons we have. I don't know the number.
But it's got to
of
be
these
thousands.
invasive species, but you would think, right?
But still, that's, everyone they catch is one less.
Well, you are correct.
Well, thank you.
Especially if they go after those mamas, too, that have the eggs. Those are like the really big ones for them to get. And side note, they say that pythons, because they're like, well, what do you do? And this and that. They're not good eats. They say you shouldn't eat those.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Just letting you know.
I wouldn't order a python if I was in a restaurant.
I don't know. Maybe
Give me some python.
Maybe you wanted to order python one day. I don't know.
Give me a silver dollar pancake.
Speaking of eating things, these Florida dudes got in trouble for catching a baby alligator and keeping it in a cooler because they wanted to eat it.
Oh, God.
Well, people eat gator.
Yeah.
It's not a thing. You can find it on menus. I've had it before. It's okay. It's not one of my favorites, but
Chewy chicken.
little greasy. Like it's yeah. I mean, I'm not saying I hate it. It's just not. I'm not going to order it if I see it on a restaurant.
Speaking of the Gators, you can hear them on Saturday.
Yeah.
They'll be on 12 o'clock and 9 o'clock pregame. Go Gators! Back to Franny.
I will say my buddy who is a gator hunter does make these gator nuggets, and that are so good. The seasoning he uses is almost like Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets.
Oh, wow.
So he has me there. They are quite delicious. But these 2 Tallahassee residents have been accused of catching a baby alligator and keeping it alive in a cooler to eat later at home. The men were charged with a secondary misdemeanor for taking or possessing any alligator eggs without a license. That's the issue. You got to have a license, or it's got to be. I even think during hunting season, you still have to have one.
That makes sense.
According to the report, a family member of one of the men complained to the Florida Fish and Wildlife. So a family member narked on them.
Nice.
Saying that the relative caught a baby alligator the night before and has been keeping it in a cooler in the yard ever since. So, of course, they were interviewed by law enforcement. The man said he and another man were fishing, and when they saw the alligator, they said, hey, put it on the rope. Let's have some dinner. So they each accused the other of wanting to eat the alligator. So you're like, you wanted to eat it.
You wanted to
Yeah,
eat
they were
it.
totally both like throwing each other under the bus.
Both diming each other out.
But because both were in possession of the alligator at one point, now they're both being charged. Doesn't matter. And next up, we do have a Florida dad who, for very good reason, used a baseball bat to chase off a peeping Tom. A father in Flagler County, they said, chased off a peeping Tom from his daughter's bedroom window. They said that the Palm Coast father and his wife were sitting in their backyard when the wife spotted a man, like they're outside, spotted a man creeping through the trees next to their property. After the couple yelled at the man, he fled. Deputy said out of concern for his family, the father then sat on his back porch the next night, just in case the creeper returned. And sure as hell he did. The father said he saw the same man walk through his backyard towards his 14-year-old daughter's bedroom window. When the father approached, he found the man, later identified as Damon Smith, 29, peering through the window. The father observed him with his face against his daughter's window.
Oh.
Yes, and his eyes were like cupped against his eyes, like binocular style. The father stated he immediately struck this dude with a baseball bat right between the shoulder blades.
Ooh, that's not hurt.
Yeah.
Nice.
He chased him from the home, eventually lost sight of him, called the sheriff's office. Deputies were later to pin him, they said, as a suspect in the case. And when questioned, he admitted to being on the property and told deputies he gets a thrill from walking around people's homes.
Yuck.
Lock that guy up.
Yep.
He said, most of the time, I'm not going to lie, I do run through yards. What? And other than that, I work my way back on the roads. I don't know what all that means, but anyways, he is being held on a bond of $86,000. And that is your What the Florida.
Great job, Francis. We do it twice a show, 11:05 and 1:05. Dom, who do we have on hold?
We have John.
John, good afternoon. Thanks for listening to the Penthouse.
Oh, John just hung up. Sorry.
All right, John. Bye, John. You can call back if you want, 877-927-6969. The second call is no charge, by the way, on Thursdays after 1.
That's so nice of you.
It's the kind of guy. Yeah, but the giving just doesn't stop. 877-927-6960. Now, on the table today, should all first dates be Dutch? Let us know. What do you think? And is it okay if you work from home, but you're really on vacation, but you don't tell your boss you're on vacation? You're still doing your job, but you're lying and telling them you're home. Dominic and Franny said it's fine. It's great to do that. I, who have morals and guidelines, said, no, it's not right. You don't do stuff like that. So let us know what you think. 877-927-6969. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. Dom, do you have something?
Nope.
Okay.
So I saw this, and it's a similar topic what we've talked about before, but there's some newer examples on this. And this is people born before the 2000s are highlighting trivial skills people don't know how to do anymore. And this is a conversation that's been had, but we can add new things to it, right? For instance, and this was a question on Twitter, asking the question, people born before 2000, what is a trivial skill? What trivial skill do you have that no one uses anymore? And of course, it went viral with responses, including like the ability to rewind a cassette tape using a pencil. Remember having to do that?
Yeah.
Yep. Proper grammar and punctuation in
What's
general.
that?
Autocorrect.
Yeah, right? How to write in cursive. Someone joked, I can drive a stick shift while also writing a cursive. Yep, because nobody drives stick shift either.
No, I still have one.
You still have what?
A stick shift.
Oh,
yeah.
do you?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know
And you
that.
can drive one, right?
Okay. I'm not great at it. It's been a while.
But you still can.
Yes.
I cannot. Not at all. I mean, if I would probably figure
My
out.
mom used to have one, so but that was only car. When I didn't have a car, I could drive around.
I would probably figure out like it's the H
that you got to do, right? I would probably screw it up and after me the transit shot.
And that was the thing. Hers is BMW, which is a little bit different than other manual
okay.
vehicles.
The
yeah.
BMW is a Y,
Yeah.
not an H.
So,
Look at that.
so
You
good at
can
this.
laugh at a mic.
You're so good at this.
I've heard that before.
How to use a rotary phone, right?
Oh, my God. That's so hard.
But who has one anyways? You really have to. How to fix CDs that skip.
Ooh, just buy a new one.
Yep.
I'll tell you about fix them.
How to get a game cartridge to work just by blowing inside of it. Even though I heard that's a myth, but I felt like it worked every time.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep. They said
A lot of people's rent got paid like that.
how to refold a paper map. When was the last time you even saw a paper map, right?
Oh, anytime you opened the map, it never went back like the same way. It was always like a little bit off, and you're trying to like push the corners in. Like, what the hell's going on?
Knowing how to load a roll of film into a camera.
I could do that. I mean, that's easy. Jesus.
Yep, but some people, but we lived in the age where you had to. Some
Yeah.
people don't know.
Yeah.
Being able to parallel park without a backup camera, too.
I can do that. Believe it or not, I am great at that. I was out last week with my friends in Fort Lauderdale, 4 of them in the car. They died. I don't know why I picked it up, but I can parallel park. Can't make a tie at all. Could make a tie. Can't get out of a Windsor knot. I found that the hard way in Miami. I'm like, come on, let me out. But yeah, I can parallel park. That's amazing.
This one, which G-Man can probably relate to, is being able to program a VCR or microwave correctly.
Last night, those was the bad storms. So my refrigerator went out. I was telling Franny, and the guy who is the big contractor for my whole development, he already knows me. He goes, hey, the good thing we use, don't worry about it. There's nothing in your refrigerator.
It's true.
It's true.
Yep.
Because everybody was flipping out. He goes, you're not. I'm like, oh, the refrigerator went out? I didn't even know.
That's it. So I'm curious because there was a bad storm yesterday.
Yeah,
there was word, and if you live in the Lake Park, I don't know if it was Lake Park, Palm Beach Gardens, but they were saying that it looked so bad at one because I live very close to there, and we knew it was bad that some people were even saying it looked like a tornado went through their backyards. But
it was bad.
I don't know.
The rain was coming down, cats and dogs. Meow, roof. It was bad.
We have here knowing how to use the word literally correctly. You know, it's people who just use it for everything. Let's see. If you guys have anything, 47142 started off with Real Radio. MySpace coding. I don't even remember how to do any of that stuff. And man, who needs to, right? Knowing how to burn songs onto MP3s. Don't have to do that anymore.
How about putting an air conditioner in a window?
I love this. That too. I love trivial skills. This is funny. Crying and not posting it online. People should. That is so true. I recently was shown a video of a girl that is mutual friends with somebody and broke up with her boyfriend. And she put a 5-minute post
Of her crying?
Of her crying. And I'm talking snot running down her face, eyes, everything about their situation.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was up there for a long time.
Did she know?
She went live,
Oh,
and
wow.
she kept it on her page.
Wow.
I just don't understand.
No.
Why?
You know, she's going to regret that a year from now.
But a year from now, but she had time to take it down after she went live. You have the option, and it was up there still hours later.
Did he cheat on her?
She seemed a little crazy. I couldn't understand her between all the sniffles and snobbing and sobbing.
Could you text her real quick? Did he cheat on you?
Can we get her on the phone real quick?
Yeah, it was a friend of a friend.
Yeah, I think sometimes people do a lot of things, and this is where I'm glad I'm not involved in social media, and then they regret it. I mean, and it comes back to haunt you or different things, especially like breakups and stuff like that. And it's your life. You do whatever the hell you want. I mean, you know, no harm, no foul. I really don't care if you live or die. But I got to be honest, like some of the stuff I see, I'm like, wow, you're going to definitely. It always has to do with breakups. You know, it just does.
Most of the time when you go up there and just pour out your heart. 47142 started off with Real Radio. Did Greek just say Rocking Horse Saloon?
Crazy Horse.
Isn't it the Crazy Horse Tavern? But it's Crazy Horse Saloon, I believe. But it sometimes he does say Rocking Horse, but it is Crazy Horse.
I say Rocking Horse for a reason, so then you guys correct me, and it's another mention for the place.
It was my Little League sponsor in the early 80s. That's from BJ and Boynton.
All right,
Yeah,
BJ.
They've been around. And they say, did Greek say, don't go start a GoFundMe page for David Schimmer? I'm like, I don't know. These days, sometimes I don't remember everything you say correctly.
I said it. We don't need to start a GoFundMe page for him. He's a gazillionaire.
It says a GoFundMe page.
Whatever.
For David GoFundMe. And then we have...
Don't offend me,
and then
David Schimmer.
And then somebody goes, I love you, Greek. Grrr. GRRR.
I don't know. I'm supposed to fly up on ETA Jets this weekend to see my mom. Very excited about that. And she's like, well, what are we going to do? She has a whole plan for us on Sunday. We're going to go antiquing.
Oh, that'll be cute.
Yeah, on Sunday morning. She goes, you want to go antiquing before the game? She goes, because I know once one o'clock comes. I said, Ma, don't worry about the games. They're not important. I'm here to sit with you. But if you want to do anything, let's do it before 1. Who do we have, Dom?
We have your friend Dan.
Dan!
What's going on, Greekster?
What's happening, buddy?
What's going on, brother? Francesca, what's going on?
Hi, Danny.
And Dom, I would like to welcome you to the greatest local show on the planet in sunny South Florida. And you've got one of the biggest hoes sitting next to you, and his name is the Greek.
Oh, wow.
Did you say biggest hose?
That's what it sounded like to me.
Yeah, the biggest hoe.
He did. He called you a hoe. I thought so. It's all right. Greek raised his hand like, that's me.
I'll take it. I'll take any compliment.
Absolutely. Dom, when you need something, call the Greek. He's got you covered, brother.
Good to know. Good to know.
He knows that already. He's finding that out little by little, but we're happy to have Dom. He's doing a very good job, and he's under that Greek umbrella that does spread very wide. Just don't do anything really crazy.
That's what I've heard.
Wow, that sounded so dirty.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giddy up!
Greek, I got a serious question for you. Like, are you feeling moist right now?
Am I feeling moist? No.
What is happening with this phone call?
I'm feeling good. I mean, I'm always good when I'm on the Penthouse and I'm working with Francis because I consider myself one of the luckiest people in the world.
God. Yeah, you definitely are. And Francesca, I'm looking at you through the window.
Uh-oh. I thought it was me. Not offended.
No, it's not.
Oh, man.
It's not you. It's not you.
I don't blame you. Franny is beautiful. I've always tell people that, and I mean that sincerely. Somebody asked me last night. I said, she not only is she a great person and has a nice personality and is great on the radio, she's very attractive.
Yes, she is.
I mean that. Honestly, you know that.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that's not why we put her on the show. But go ahead.
100%.
But I do follow her through Instagram. And you know what, Francesca? And Greek is absolutely right. And I'm pretty sure Dom's like, damn.
Well, I've known Dom for a long time, so yes, he's
gorgeous.
Well, thank you, Dan.
You are gorgeous. Like, you really, really are. And
I've never seen her look bad, and I know her 17 years. It's unbelievable. Dom, you either. You feeling love? I'm reading all this stuff, by the way.
Yeah.
So it's very hard.
We give him things he has to say about us every hour.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Wow.
Yeah, I have a lot in front of me.
I love you. You are amazing. But you know what? Francesca's got a beautiful heart and a beautiful mind.
Oh, yeah. You can't find girls like her. You just can't.
Thank you, Dan. I love your phone calls. Have I told you that?
Call back tomorrow.
Yeah, and the next day. Whatever.
No, call back next segment.
Yeah.
Hey, great show, and the game of ball goes out to all of y'all.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Dan. You're a champ, buddy. And thanks for listening. I'm glad we can entertain you. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. Should first dates be Dutch? That is a question on the table. All three of us don't think so. We're all of the thought process that the man should pay, but that doesn't make it right or wrong like anything else. It's just an opinion. And that's how you can have the best conversations and communicate with people. You don't always have to agree with everything. And even if somebody doesn't agree with you, you don't get mad at them. You just say, okay, I respect your opinion. I don't see it that way, but it's fine. And that's what life's about. You want other opinions. You don't want everybody to just be like, oh, my God, you're right, and bow to you and kiss your ass. Who wants that? Management. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. And Tua, what is really going on? Yesterday, supposedly he was at practice, hanging out with the team. Is he going to play again, or is he done? What is going to happen with Tua? That's the number one question in South Florida. It really is. I'm sure this weekend when I go home, everybody's going to be asking me that about Tua and about the Dolphins. I had the pleasure again to meet a couple Dolphins over the week at Palm Beach Autographs. Odell was so nice. A-Chain, very nice guy. Tariq Hill, nice guy. And you know what? Just really nice gentleman. And Odell, super nice. And I totally expected something different. And it's funny because I went down to training camp, and Tua said the same thing. When he first met Odell, he just thought something different. He goes, and what a great guy, and so polite. And he really was. And great with all the kids. I mean, even A-Chain and him, and just so nice to see stuff like that.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
Yeah, I mean, I know they're there, and they're signing autographs and stuff like that, but they are nice with the kids, and Palm Beach Autographs does a great job.
Did you think Tua should wear one of those Guardian helmets if he comes back?
I mean, again, it's his safety. I don't know if he will. I think they just look
Not if he will, but do you think he should?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know enough about those helmets, to be honest. They're supposed to cut down on, obviously, concussions and head injuries. I think, but a lot of time players don't like them because they look so weird. I don't know.
I think you should get over the way that it looks.
Yep.
Just get over the vanity aspect of it. You're in a game to play football, and especially after you've been concussed 3 times just in the pros. He was concussed in college too.
Bad ones.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to take care of yourself, especially if you have a family, which he does, and you want to. I don't care how stupid you look in that. If they are going to make you more safe than wearing a regular helmet, then suck it up, Buttercup. I don't get it.
It could have made a difference in the last hit.
Yeah, 100%.
No, it might. I mean, I just don't think players are going to wear them.
Oh, no.
I just think the vanity is there, and I think I'm just being honest.
That's a sport of football.
Yeah, I just think it's part of it. I mean, I don't know what he's going to do. I thought from the very beginning, and I was there that night, that he was going to come back. I thought he was going to come back sooner than later, but now he's going to be out 4 weeks.
They're saying like week 8, right?
Yes, that's what they're saying. And it's going to be tough for the Dolphins. It's a shame because, the expectations were so high, just like the Jets last year. But I try to point this out to anybody who wants to talk sports or football. Any team, college or pro, who loses their starting quarterback, your season's done if you don't have a decent backup. It really is. I mean, you take Mahomes out of the Chiefs, they're done. Prescott in Dallas, done. Burrow, go up and down. Rodgers last year with the Jets. I mean, when you got a starting quarterback, Josh Allen, I mean, I could go on and on. You lose somebody, it's very hard for them to come back, and it's a very tough thing. So for him, his health should be the most important thing, but I also think these guys and women at that level that play professional sports have a higher level than us and a different, they just have that extra gear. So I don't know if he's going to retire. We'll see what happens.
And just at quarterbacks in general, we're hearing that we're not seeing as good of a performance from the quarterbacks lately. I don't think we talked about this. You may have done on the Greek Zone yesterday with Jimmy, but they're saying that obviously the NFL is seeing a significant drop in touchdown passes so far this year. So there's an NFL data analyst, and he was coming up with this interesting stat. And the last 2 weeks, so this is the first 2 weeks, right, of NFL, there have been 69 touchdown passes thrown. All right. And that is compared to 2019, 105 first 2 weeks. 2020, 110. 2021, 110. 2022, back to 105. Then there was a little bit of a drop at 86 last year, and now only 69. Now, do you think that is just because of the quality of players, or just how the game's changed, or what?
I think a lot of it has to do with preseason that nobody's playing. And even when I went down to the practice, a Dolphins camp, we got down at 11 o'clock, and it was like 1:30, and the horn went off, and I thought it was for them to, get oranges or water. Practice was done. They're not practicing like they once did, and they're not playing at all in preseason. When they had 4 games, they played 2 games, and I think it matters. And I think these first couple of weeks are a little bit like preseason for everybody. And I just think that's one of the problems that these guys are having. And the timing. They're not working with the guys like they once did.
2-a-days don't exist really that much.
No way. They're done. There used to be 3s.
Yep.
There used to be 3 practices a day. They used to do it. And a lot of quarterbacks, like you used to see Brady, would meet the guys off season. You don't hear that much anymore either where guys meet. And everything the guys say when they're making this kind of money is bigger and bigger. I don't want to get hurt. You hear guys all the time, they blow out a knee or their shoulder in practice or whatever, and it's come down to so much with the NFL that they're so worried about them getting injured, they don't play them, and then when they play, there's rust. There just is. And I think that's one of the biggest problems. Even like Rodgers, people were saying to me, he's doing fantastic for not playing for a year. Hasn't played for a year. And he's 40 years old. You're forgetting that. But I think that's the biggest thing. The people are not playing together enough, and I think preseason is just – and it's going to be shorter. They're going to go to 18 games. So I think it's going to be even worse. They always say the first couple of weeks to bet the under in a lot of the games. It is the Greek. It is Francis. It is Dominic. We're going to come back with a trifecta. And we're going to come back with a couple of WWGDs that we didn't get to yesterday because it was Jimmy's last day. If you just tuned in, Jimmy is no longer with the show. He's still with the iHeart family, but he's no longer with the show. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
We had a woman who freaked out in South Africa, took off her thong and put it on her face. It was very impressive. I've never seen a human being take a thong off so fast.
I have.
The News Junkie, weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
We're just hours away from our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
The biggest headliners in live music will be taking over T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas.
Plus, some special surprises and moments you are not going to want to miss.
Stream only on Hulu. Tomorrow and Saturday, starting at 10:30 p.m.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of the 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
95 up to speed, not seeing any major delays. If you're traveling the Turnpike, Palm Beach expressways are looking good. We do have major road work. Okeechobee Boulevard East, it's right before Flagler Drive. That left lane is blocked. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Hey, it's the Greek for Jason Weiser, my attorney. Whether you were injured due to a car accident or a medical malpractice issue, a slip and fall, or any kind of injury due to a fault of another, their team can help you. Board-certified personal injury attorneys. They can help you determine the responsibility party and pursue the damages and justice you deserve. Contact them at 561-689-8180, 561-689-8180. No fees unless they win. Jason Weiser, my attorney for over 20 years.
Recovery from addiction can take many forms, and quite often, it's a team effort. For those in recovery, having support often leads to a better outcome. And for those supporting people in recovery, they celebrate every milestone. Here's to family, friends, loved ones, healthcare providers, and community groups who are essential to helping people find their path to recovery. If you or someone you know is experiencing addiction, visit cdc.gov/stop overdose to learn more about the various treatment options available.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach, 7 days a week. That's where the beautiful ladies are. Open to 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. And Sunday night is Midnight Madness. Every Sunday from 12 to 2. In the biz, 50% off drinks. Step right up, spin a wheel of madness, win amazing prizes. Sunday night at Monroe's. Get you ready for the week. Monroe's and Palm Beach. That's where all the sexy, beautiful ladies are. Peace.
Florida Talk Real Estate is your one-stop real estate shop. Whether you're looking to buy a home, sell a home, you're stuck with a home and you don't know what to do, look no further than FloridaTalkRealEstate.com. Listen every Saturday morning, 9 a.m. until 11, right here on Real Radio 92.1.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
In today's Marketers Report, Erica Taylor, Chief Marketing Officer of Genentech, weighs in on audio's ability to reach any audience.
Everyone is listening somewhere, somehow. So it's a great way to take something very precise in what we're trying to do to reach patients with something that I think we can all agree is somewhat broad in reaching many, many different audiences.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Injured on the job? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Glenn Levine, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. In office, West Palm Beach.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out heart-stopping letters, aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out, because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let the tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, they'll fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by the physicians at MMJ Health.
Sweet chocolate reward. Sweet chocolate reward.
This is not just the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat at Walgreens. This is the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat right after receiving all their vaccines in one trip. This is the sound of treating yourself, because you protected yourself.
Stop by or schedule both your flu and COVID-19 vaccines today and grab yourself a sweet treat while you're at it. Vaccine subject to availability. State, age, and health-related restrictions may apply.
Mommy, want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
You hear more and more about identity theft in the news every day. That's because so much of your personal info is out of your control, like your insurance provider that has your social security number and your favorite retailer that has your payment details. If they get breached, your information's vulnerable. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code PLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. Call 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
Get ready to cool down this summer with the ultimate treat. This delectable dessert is too thick for a straw, but just right for a fry. Is it a milkshake? Is it ice cream? Neither. It's a Frosty. Come taste your favorite small Frosty flavor for just $1. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
The Greek Trifecta is sponsored by the Crazy Horse Saloon.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy to mostly sunny as we move through the remainder of our Thursday. In the hot one, the temperatures are 90 degrees, feeling close to 100 with the humidity. A couple scattered showers and thunderstorms once again moving through the area. Starting inland and pushing east towards the coastline, likely lingering into the evening for us too, with a few scattered storms again for Friday.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America N.A. Copyright 2024.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like One Hit Wonders Radio. The greatest one-hit wonders of all time. Ones you definitely remember. I smell sex and candy. And ones that'll make you say, oh yeah. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search One Hit Wonders, and listen now, commercial-free. Free never sounded so good.
Greek Trifecta is sponsored by Jason Weiser, attorney at law.
You're listening to Real Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeart radio station. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is the Penthouse on a Thursday afternoon. Don't forget, tomorrow we'll be at the Crazy Horse Saloon for Greek Squitter. And Dom's in the house.
Hello.
Francis is here.
What is up?
And we're going to get to our last trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
Yankees won last night. They beat Seattle, and they're qualified for the playoffs for the 57th time, most ever in baseball. Next up to them is the Dodgers in the history. I think they've qualified 37 times. Mets also won. Hats off to Anthony, who predicted. He said bet the over last night in the Dodger game against the Marlins, and it went over. It was 8-4 was the score. There's football tonight. It is the Patriots and the Jets. Don't forget about the Patriots and the Jets tonight. And it's not on regular TV. It's on Amazon. So remember that. If you go home, you want to watch it. If you have Amazon, that's cool. If not, you're blank out of luck. Or maybe you might be out. You can watch it at Strike Cigar Lounge or Monroe's, and they have it. But then maybe sometimes people go, it's halftime. It's a school night. I got to get home. And if you don't have it home, guess what? You're driving back to Strikes or Monroe's. So remember, it is not on regular TV. It is on Amazon. Jets -6, 6.5, pending on where you're shopping. And the over-under is 38. The last 14 times these two teams have met, 10 times it has stayed under. And again, I got this from a hot blonde this morning at Dunkin' Donuts. So again, sources are out there. You got to find them, like everything else. Mahomes is playing his 51st road game against the Falcons. So far, he has the most wins ever on the road. He has 37. Brady in Montana had 36. Can he do it all? Yes, I think he can do it all. Chiefs, big loss, though. First time in a few years they got a big player out. Pacheco's out 8 to 10 weeks. Broke a bone in his leg, and that is huge. If you're not a Chief fan or a real NFL fan, don't know that much about Pacheco, he's a stud. Kid out of Rutgers, and he makes that offense go. He's going to be out, and that's going to be a big difference. Not saying Chiefs are going to lose. Not saying the Chiefs are not going to cover, but it is definitely a difference. Greek Trifecta is sponsored by Pollard Coffee Bar and Iced Teas. Give us a call to now, 877-927-6969. If you want to get involved, should first dates be Dutch?
So normally we do this on a Wednesday, but yesterday was a bit of a different show and a special show, and it was a sad show too, because our producer co-host for years and years and years from the beginning of the Penthouse, and also was Locker Room with G-Man, and just been part of the Real Radio family for over 20 years. Jimmy is no longer with the Penthouse. He's still doing some work with iHeart, but he is doing some other things, and we are so happy for him. You know, when we say when it's anything to better yourself, your career, your life, then we are happy for whatever decision is made, but we're absolutely going to miss him. So if you're just tuning in, that's why we have Dom with us now in the Penthouse. So we weren't able to get into WWGDs. That's what would Greek do. And we do those on a Wednesday afternoon. So we have a couple of these that we're going to get into if you're feeling strong enough to give some advice, G-Man.
Oh, I'm strong enough.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
All right, this is
Ready for
WWGD.
WWGD. What would Greek do?
Oh, that's what's always snagging.
Can you believe people ask this guy for advice?
He'd have lost 3 in a row. Feels like the wheels are turning off the ship.
I mean, really?
Yes, this is the 22nd edition of Ultra Music Festival. That kicked off, what's today?
Today?
Seriously?
Forget about it.
Get hired.
Your clog is plump.
It's WWGD.
Yes.
What is today? Today.
It's today, obviously. All right. If you ever want to get in touch with us, eventually we'll have Dom inundated with emails, but you can absolutely send emails our way, Franny at realradio921.com, like Jeff did. Jeff sent an email, and it says, hey, I hope to grow. I hope to grow. I hope to grow. Okay. That's not what it's supposed to say. Let me go back.
Who's
Sometimes,
this?
Jeff. Sometimes people send emails that don't make sense, and I just have to decipher. Should have read this before. I think it's supposed to say, I helped a girl.
Oh.
It says, I hope to grow I was dating. I helped a girl I was dating when she was going through a divorce, and I got her attorney I was friends with, helped her out. I also paid all the lawyer fees.
That's very nice.
Very nice, which was very nice because it was about $12,000. So he said, and at the time we were dating, everything seemed to be going pretty good, right direction. Well, about a month after her divorce was finalized, she said she decided to go in a different direction, which meant not with Jeff. I felt totally screwed, and I feel like I got used for this whole situation. I said to her, I think you should give me some of that money back towards the attorney fees that I paid for. She said, well, I just thought you were helping me out and just trying to be a good friend. But they were dating. G-Man, He doesn't feel good about the situation, and he wants to know, what would you do in this situation? WWGD, what would Greek do?
You're beat. It's done. I mean, you've done, we've all done a lot of nice things for men and women, and sometimes it doesn't work out. She's not going to give you the money back. And if you feel like you're being used, we're all used one time or another in our life. It's just life. And look at it math-wise. If you had her for a month and say you banged her 15 times, do the math. Maybe you paid her like, I don't know, $300 a shot. That's $4,500. Throw the other $5,000 out the window, and there you go. You're not getting the money back. There's no shot. She's not going to be like, oh, you know what? You're right. And $12,500 is a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
And, maybe you should have thought about that. But again, when we see people down, we want to try to help them, especially somebody you're with. If I'm with somebody and they come home every night and they say you got problems, you want to help them. Your instinct is, let me help if you can. Now, one thing he could have done, maybe he'll do it in the future, is say, hey, I'll give you a loan. Or, maybe you can, you got to work this out. But when you give somebody money, hey, you're not going to get it back.
Especially somebody that you're just dating, and clearly not that seriously, because she was like, oh, I thought you were just doing that to be a good friend. Mm-hmm. So I feel like you guys weren't on the same page as far as how your relationship was going.
But people say stuff, too, with money. Like they'll make up stuff like, oh, I'm not paying you. She just doesn't want to pay him.
Well, no, but she was just like, I thought you were doing it because you were a good friend. You were just trying to help me out to be a good friend.
And I'd be like, you're banging your friends?
When his mind, we were dating, and this is $12,000 is a lot of money, Jeff. And I'm a G-man. I don't know if you're going to get that money back.
No
and you
way.
can't. You offered it up to her without even. To me, it doesn't sound like you guys had any kind of agreement. Like, hey, I'll help you if you make payments to me, which is something that probably should have happened.
Yeah, when it comes to money, if you get it back, you're lucky. The one thing with money people don't realize is when you borrow money from somebody, you usually go back to them again. In this case, she's not, because she's broken up with him. So she's done. So she's not going to pay him. I don't think she's going to pay him. I don't think he can do legal action or anything like that. She'll be like, he helped me. He was my boyfriend at the time. Guys do it all the time. Girls do it all the time. But it's not a good situation. You're a very nice person. And you know what happened with nice people? They usually get screwed. They get schlembacked. So you got had on this one.
Dom, do you have an opinion on this?
Yep. Cut your losses and just move on in life.
All right.
That's a lot of money. $12,500.
Yeah, that is a lot of money. Sorry, Jeff. That sucks. All right. Well, next up, if you have a different opinion, let us know. 47142 started off with Real Radio. We got Kevin, and Kevin is a salesman, and he just won a weekend trip to the Bahamas. He said it's a nice 3-day stay in the Atlantis Casino. Fancy.
Ooh.
So, I know, right? So he decided to take one of his friends, and they were just going to golf and hang out and gamble and just have some fun. Well, his girlfriend's not happy with him. I was like, why are you taking me? She was like, so now she's at the point where she wants to break up because she should have been his first choice. He goes, I just thought I would have a better time with my friend. The girl, and he was just like, me and my girl just went away about 2 months ago to New York for a weekend. So, G-Man, he said, would you change your mind and bring your girlfriend, or just
boys trip?
So keep it with a boys trip and let her break up with you. WWGD, what would Greek do?
If you like the girl, you got to take her. Obviously, I would have. If he's at this level of a relationship, he should have asked her before he asked his friend. Mm-hmm. He should have been like, hey, I'm thinking, I got this trip, and is it cool if I go with whoever it is? Tommy, we're going to go down. We just went away, and I thought it'd be cool. And if you saw her feathers getting a little ruffled, you'd be like, whatever. Or ask her, from the very beginning, not even ask her permission, say, hey, do you want to do this? And if she said no, then you go with your friend. But no, if you like her and you want to be with her, you can't go with your friend. She's going to tell you to screw. Or she's going to be pissed.
Oh, she's already pissed. We know this.
Yeah, she sees a trip like that. Why can't I go? And the thing about taking her to New York 2 months ago, they don't care.
No.
They want to go on vacation every day. Sade. Every day is Christmas. Every night is New Year's Eve.
Sade?
Yeah, whatever. Sadie, whatever.
Sade?
He's not going to win this. He's definitely he's going to have to take. He's going to have to take her. That's the whole thing. Or he could go on another couple days with her beforehand. Maybe he could say that, like, hey, how about me and you go down to Miami for the weekend, and then I'll go to Bahamas with him, and I'll have a good time.
Okay.
Maybe. I'll take you shopping, get you a massage.
I understand. How serious are you living too? That makes a difference. How serious a relationship? How long have you been dating? If we're in a pretty serious relationship, especially a live-in relationship, and he gets this really cool trip and I don't get invited, I think I'd be a bit hurt by it that I wasn't your first choice.
And that's never going to happen to you.
But listen, I mean, it's your trip to do what you want with.
It does say something about him with her, though.
Yeah, because he even says in it, he thinks he's going to have a better time with his friends.
Yeah, because he could gamble and hang out and not hear anything and the bitching and moaning.
I just live in a different situation. And I know my husband do too. We'd rather I love hanging out with my friends, don't get me wrong. Want to have girl time every now and then, but we enjoy each other's company where we want to be around each other. So that's...
Yeah, but you're in love. You're married. This kid's dating. It's two different things.
Yeah, what if is he in love? We don't know.
We don't know. Well, he's thinking his friend. He must not be in love.
I just think if you want to stay with her, you probably have to bring her because she's saying she's going to break up with you. So you decide.
She's saying that.
You decide what's most important. But she's saying that, but even if she doesn't, she is going to hold this over your head for so long if you decide to go on that trip. She is not going to be a happy camper.
Until her next vacation.
Yeah, right.
Some of the best phone calls I ever had with girls I dated when I was away, and you would call them, and you'd be like, "Hey, hon, how's everything? It's raining here, I gotta tell you."
While you're out with the boys.
You're in Vegas. They don't want to hear anything. How was the flight? Oh, bumpy. Ooh, my God. It's so hot. You're lucky here. Oh, my God. I got bit by a snake.
Lost 10 grand.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they don't want to hear that. No. They hear you lost money. They're like, good. I hope you lose everything. I hate you. You're like, I love you. I'll call you tomorrow. I would take her on a vacation first. Like maybe go to Miami.
I know, but that's what he's saying. I just took her 2 months ago. This is tough. Or maybe like, hey, babe, why don't you just enjoy your weekend with the girls? I'll give here's $500. Go enjoy yourself at the spa and go out to a couple nice restaurants.
Yeah, that's nice.
If he can afford it. I don't know what kind of money he has.
Yeah, 500 is not going to get her far.
Really? I could have a fantastic weekend with $500.
Same here.
But we don't live Greek's lifestyle, so.
Nope.
I wish both of you guys were single. I would take her away. Do you know what it is? Because if he goes to Bahamas with her and they have a bad time the whole weekend, he's going to be like, I could be with my boy and just hanging out.
Well, maybe reevaluate your relationship, too. If you think that you're going to have a better time on a vacation like Atlantis, where there's so much for couples to do, then maybe you just don't like being around her in general. And you should
sometimes you just want to, you know what, let your hair out.
Just let your hair out, people. This is why we call it WWGD. What would Greek do?
I would take her on another trip.
Okay.
And I would say, let's go away this weekend, just something special, and throw in a gift, buy her something that, who cares? You're going to lose anyway down there. You know how many gifts I've given away that I knew we were just like blank away gifts? Oh my God, I can tell you stories that you would die. And I knew like buying it was just like PO'd. It's gone. Just like it's gone.
Write this off.
Yeah, write it off. But got me out of the doghouse for a couple of days, and it was worth it. And that's it. Or take her and have a miserable time.
There you go. Those are your two options.
Two options. Thank you, Franny. Great job. Thanks for writing in. Sorry we didn't do them yesterday. We had a special show with Jimmy, who, if you're just tuning in and you're late, but you got the Greek Zone coming up, is no longer on the show, but with the family in iHeart. He's still involved with the company, but he's doing some other things in his life. We wish him all the luck in the world. So Dan Campbell is the coach of the Lions, and this to me is sad. And he has to sell his house.
Yeah, somebody text that.
It's sad. I mean, that the fans are bothering him that much. And, and I know people, you want to be fans, and they're out there. And I could say, just have respect for people.
Yep.
And especially their home where their kids are and their family.
So, Dom, if you don't know, which I'm sure you do, he had to sell his house because his address was leaked after the loss to the 49ers playoff game last season. So his wife felt, she was not secure in their own home.
Yeah.
People constantly coming by to his house. He said at all times of the day, stuff like that. So he sold it immediately, they said, to a loyal Lions fan. So, but yeah, that's crazy. Somebody says I would not like to piss him off. He's a monster. I don't know what that is, but.
Yeah, he's a big guy, but it's just sad to me that he has to take his whole life. Moving sucks. I don't care if you're a millionaire or you're a regular person. For millionaires and people with money, yes, it's easier to do much. But it's a house you love. It was on 2 acres. I mean, he talked about that he really loved it, but he said in an article that people constantly came by, and it really wasn't cool. Jeter talked about that, too, at his house in Tampa, where people used to, he was lucky you couldn't get in the front, but they could drive by in the boats.
Wasn't that the house that Tom Brady rented?
Yeah, and when Brady rented it. And I mean, again, I wouldn't cross my zone, like to go to somebody's house.
No.
I just like,
and
why?
like you said, I think more of this. Yes, you have those, just the fans that would do anything for their team. They're diehard to the point where they're just absolutely loco. Like the dude for, what's the Kansas City guy who just went to jail? The one who used to dress up?
Yeah, yeah.
And he stole things so he could afford to go to the games. He robbed banks.
Yeah. So you're a mascot.
That is that kind of person. But I think a lot of this, too, Greek, you've mentioned, is now that betting is so popular, too. You lose a lot of money on a certain game, people get pissed, and they blame it on coaches and players and everybody.
Which is sad. Even the kids in college are getting like death threats and different things, which is terrible. But again, it's online and it sucks. But when you got to worry about somebody coming to your house, and, I've seen fans, like even the other night, Palm Beach Autographs, how some people are very, cool. Nobody was a problem, but like they're like, oh my God.
Yeah, tears.
I mean, like so exciting when they see somebody like if it was Tariq Hill or Chua. And I mean, and for Campbell, I mean, I know he's got a great life. Everything's good. But I just feel bad he's got to sell his house. That's all. If you want to come, you can hang out with me. It is the Greek, and this is the Penthouse for Thursday. Another great edition. We appreciate everything you did. Dom, you did a very good job. I'm going to change my rating from a 5 to a 6.8. Woohoo! Like a pizza.
Look at that. Within an hour, you went up 1.8 points. That's
Well,
awesome.
you made me feel better. Are you coming back tomorrow?
You need me tomorrow, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we need you.
We do.
We need you tomorrow. We need you today.
I mean, we need you every day, but we definitely need you tomorrow.
We need you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Franny, great job as always. A lot of compliments about you today, and I hope you appreciate it from the people on the air.
Oh, I thought from you, but thank you. Appreciate it.
I give you compliments every day. You kidding me?
And then you take that piece of paper and you throw it in the garbage.
Well, management gives it to me when I walk in. I'm like, all right, I got to say this again?
All right, fine. I'll kiss her ass.
I'll say it again. Great job as always. Thanks for everything you do with the blog and obviously everything you're handling for us. Thank you so much. You have a lovely afternoon.
You have a lovely afternoon. And Dom, thank you. Bang up job. Appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow. And of course, tomorrow we're going to be at the Crazy Horse Saloon.
Not the Rockin' Horse.
That is just west of 95 North Lake Boulevard at Publix Plaza on the southern side of the road. Make sure to hang out. They have great food. I'm telling you, I had a little bite of a few things there.
It was good.
Everything was excellent. It's a great crowd. And you'll have fun when you go. They're not only getting to hang out with us, but doors don't open until noon, I do believe.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Noon.
Yeah.
So don't show up at 10. But we'll be there.
If you show up at 10, bring $40.
Yeah. All right.
Again,
is it noon? I thought it was 11 last time.
I think it's 11.
I think Strikes was noon, and this place is 11.
Is it 11?
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt you.
All right, you should interrupt me.
I know.
Get it
I'm
right.
afraid of
Thank
you.
you, Dom, for interrupting me. It's 11. Strikes is noon.
I didn't want to say you're wrong.
It's 11.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you can show up at 11.
I'll come by 11. 10:30, bring $40. Bet Hall tonight, over and receiving yard 30.5. That's my gift to you. Go Jets, Jets. Greek Zone is next. Peace.
Welcome to the Cult Club. Exactly. Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Palm Beach Expressway is up to speed and no major incidents on the Turnpike or 95. We do have road work, Okeechobee Boulevard East, slow before Flagler Drive. Left lane there is blocked. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows it's easier to make the right calls when you have the right team. Download the Lowe's app to get your home improvement playbook in your hands so you can get their team's expertise any